Hello, everybody. The UI guy is back. Here we are. Sorry about the shit quality video, but we're gonna have to make do with what we've got. Sound quality should be perfectamundo. So let's get this party started. Oh my god, you guys. What a day. What a fucking day. I don't even know where to begin, honestly. Um I can see the dark circles under my eyes. So, just to give you a brief rundown, um, I woke up yesterday at like 8, got to the airport, left around 8 p.m. Our plane was a little late, so I landed instead of landing at like 10 when I was supposed to land, I ended up landing at like 11:15ish. Um, got here around midnight, got my stuff, packed my car after getting my rental, packed my car, and went straight to the courthouse. I was at the courthouse around 1 a.m. Like no sleep. I barely slept on the plane. Maybe took like a short nap, like 20 minutes, no more than. Um, Also didn't have much food. I wasn't hungry. It was really weird. Like all night. You want to talk about crazy pants and her baby? We will, Peaches. Thanks for the super chat. I will get to the super chats, by the way. Don't forget, Larry, get to the super chats. I'm going to be marking them as they come in. Anyway, so yeah, I came in at 1 a.m., like 1:10, 1:15. Joe was already there. And let me tell you, we walked in, I guess as soon as I got there, we already walked into chaos. I don't know if any of you all watched the stream last night, but the stream was very, very long. So I don't blame you. Let me see. It was like 6.5 hours, wasn't it? It was like 6.5 hours, I believe. It's crazy. I mean, we were there for so long. 6 hours and 36 minutes. I streamed last night. I told you guys I was gonna do it at least one more time. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that kind of stream again because it is exhausting. I was literally falling asleep. I had to go take a power nap. I had to go take a power nap in the middle of the trial because I just couldn't handle it anymore. I went downstairs. I sat on the couch and I just like fucking knocked myself out. Set an alarm for like 30 minutes, and I needed it, and it was definitely worth it. Um, but yeah. Oh, hold on, sorry. I'm trying to grab a. Here we go. I've been trying to grab a description so I can add it to this. It's been absolutely crazy. We walked into a Karen madness. Like right as we showed up, it was Karen madness right then and there. First thing, people were upset. There were about six Karens. There were six Karens that were literally shoving and pushing in line. They took spots from people. Um, it was very upsetting. It was very upsetting. And I did everything I could. I got to meet so many people, you guys. I think we became friends with like the entire line. I brought 25 t-shirts with me that said, on the front, they say, I can probably show them to you on stream if I don't forget. I'll have to go to my car. They say, "What if anything" on the front, and then "Legal Tube" on the back. I decided against LawTube because looks like there is a website called like lawtube.com. So I wasn't selling them. I was just giving them out for free. So 25 people got a free T-shirt. 24 because I kept one for myself. 24 people got a free T-shirt. I kept one medium for myself. I made them all take an oath. I made them all raise their hand and say, "I swear I will not wear this shirt inside the courthouse or the courtroom." Wait, did Joe seriously fall asleep in court? I thought you guys were joking. I thought you guys were fucking with me. You want a shirt saying what, if any? Hold on, I'll drop a link in the chat. Hold up. I'll drop a link in the chat if you want a what, if anything t-shirt. I got your back. There, does that work? Let me know if that works. I'm going to pin it. There we go. All right. So, yeah, I'm going to be there every day this week, you guys. I'm going to be reporting every single day. So, where was I? Yeah, I gave out t-shirts. Then I spoke to people in the line, got to meet them, got to know them a little bit. Super cool people, all of them. We had like 4 line holders. Farron got one of them, and then I forgot the other lady's name. The teacher, the retired teacher. She was so thankful because we had 3. We had 25, 26, 40, and 45. Oh, the lady with the baby. Oh my God. Before we get to the 5 Karens and the Ken, who I have nothing but bad things to say about that one, by the way, all the way around. You'll learn why in a second. So apparently, everything was peachy, everything was fine, everything was cool, everything was collected. Leela, that's right, Leela from Futurama, exactly, Leela. Thank you, chat. Leela was super nice, super cool. She, but not okay. So the lady with the baby. Okay, so apparently this is before Joe and I showed up. This is literally like minutes before Joe and I show up. Lady with baby shows up. She's so nasty. Oh God. I later learned she's got 6 kids because somebody told her, like, you need to learn how to take care of your baby. She's like, you don't need to tell me what to do. I'm going to raise my kid how I want. I have 5 more at home. Okay, you do realize you just made it worse, right, lady? Anyway, whatever. So, she starts cutting people in line. She starts pissing people off. People are getting antsy. Police show up. A fight breaks out. The dude that got into a fight actually ends up coming back later. Oh my God. And this is all right before we, like, when I show up, if you watch my stream, when I actually arrive at the courthouse, I am literally looking at 3 cop cars and I'm like, something happened. Something fucking happened. I don't know what happened, but it happened. And as I get closer, I see there's a guy sitting on the sidewalk, and John, who's one of the assistants to like help get inside the courthouse, and I think he went in. I'm not sure. I can't remember right now. John is like, yeah, that dude got into a fight, and I'm like, good God. And so the police, nobody got arrested, nobody got handcuffed or anything like that. I will get to the actual trial road. Sit and wait your turn. All right, there's no rush. If you want to, if this is boring, you can get the fuck out and come back later, bro. I'm not rushing the story just because you're bored, man. It's a phenomenal story. It's filled with revenge and anguish and karma and future karma. I'm gonna get through it all. So let's start with the fight, right? So the fight broke out. They separated the parties. When we arrived, the individual was already sitting on the sidewalk. The fight was already concluded. So nobody was injured as far as we know. Nobody went to jail as far as we know. Nobody got arrested as far as we know. He was just kind of told to calm down and released. After that was done, I don't know what came first, but let's get to the next one. That's Baby Lady, hashtag Baby Lady. There's a story about her later too. Oh my God. So Baby Lady, she apparently shows up and starts cutting everybody. So people start shoving her out. They go, hey, get out. of the line, and she starts, using the baby as like collateral to get into the line. She has a cart with her, and there's a toddler, like a baby, in the thing. I even checked, like, I'm like, are you sure this is a real baby? It's a real baby. She brought a fucking baby to the line. So there goes the baby. Some nice dude by the name of Tariq gives his number, which is 75, to her. And I'm like, what a nice guy. What a nice fucking guy. Just to shut her up, he gives her number 75 so she gets to watch the trial. It's not illegal to bring a baby, socially awkward human, but it is diabolical to use your baby as a meat shield in order to illegally squeeze your way into the line. So we had about 10 Karens total. One of them was a Ken. 9 Karens, one Ken. That was the first one. Then there were other 3 that I asked if you have your green tag, and they're like, "We don't have to show you anything. We don't have to show you anything." And I'm like, "All right, I'm not messing with you. It's just go fuck yourself. Your karma will get you." Now let's get to the main event. These are the 6 girls, 5 girls and 1 guy who made like a little kumbaya fuck little Karen circle, singing little Karen Baya songs over there. And I made a hashtag justice for the line. I had my camera pointed on them pretty much the entire time, and they were basically enjoying the attention for all the wrong reasons. So rather than like being, oh my God, camera is on us, we should probably bounce, we should leave, we shouldn't be here. Instead, they start embracing it. And they take a screenshot. Sorry, this is not my house, so somebody's leaving a voicemail on the landline. Please excuse the. Hold on, I'm gonna mute the mic. Okay, sorry about that. They were leaving a voicemail on his landline. I'm in my employee's uncle's house. Yeah. Anyway, so no, I'm not at Rob's house. Anyway, so I come up to them and I try to reason with them. I try to talk to them, and to no avail. To the contrary, one of the girls, like literally straight up, comes up to me and gives me one of these, like right at the camera. And of course, I shouted out to the chat. I'm like, make this girl famous. But these bitches are so fucking ghetto. They make like west end of Louisville, or your whatever ghetto part of the city you live in, look like the fucking rich people neighborhood. I don't know. I can't even begin to describe. Like they were mooching off this negative energy, because I have this on video too. When they finally saw the meme, of her with that, flipping off the finger, and a bunch of text or whatever, memeified. I created a new word yesterday. Memeified, by the way, is when you are memed for all the wrong reasons. It's kind of related to the word mummified, like a mummy. Not a good thing. Not a good thing. Very, very. That was very. What they were doing is very breaded, as as Nick would say. Very breaded stuff. I mean, complete fucking horseshit. They were literally feeding like leeches, like vampires, like bottom feeders, like those fish that get, Johnny Depp was talking about these fish that attach to your fins and just like suck your blood. It was absolutely disgusting. They were laughing and hysterically, just like enjoying. Look at that, we're famous, kind of vibe. And I was just, my God, At that moment, I realized, all right, so if this is not going to get them, if the internet's not going to get them, they're actually enjoying this stuff, karma's going to get them. So I think hashtag Karen Karma was, no, I don't think we got that trending, but that's okay. I wasn't trying to. Justice for the Line was trending last night for a very long time. Yeah, somebody said call them piranhas. They're not piranhas. Piranhas are actually vicious animals, vicious fish that will devour and have very sharp teeth. These are not. These are like zombie piranhas. I don't know. They're trash, like complete garbage. They don't even deserve another second of my time. Anyway, unfortunately, they did get in. They were able to cut. So 6 people who were there of the original 100 did not get in because of those bitches, and they all were successful in achieving their goal. But like I said, it's okay. Karma will get them. I'm not too concerned over it. Anyway, so that was that. Then we got back in line. Some random dude came up to us, wanted a photo. Farron showed up. This is all on stream, by the way. Debbie stopped by to say hello. I think she interviewed Joe very briefly. James was on Fox News. That was super cool. I was funny because like Fox News did like they did one of these. Like they were walking down the line. I'm right here, right? I'm right here. This is me, right? And they're walking down the line. They're walking down the line. They're walking down the line, and then they see me and they do one of these numbers. And then they're walking down the line, they're walking down the line, they're walking down the line. They did like a little hook. They walked around like the pillar. Like they got as far away from me as they possibly could. I was like, that's fucking hilarious. They dare not approach me because they know I'm not going to give them the content that they want. I'm a truth sayer. I am a light seeker. I am a lighthouse. I will fucking call you out. You come near me, I will not hesitate. If it's true, if it's not true, I will never do anything of that nature. I don't rat. I'm not a stinker. But if you're an asshole and if you ask me a stupid question, I will call you out to your face. And they know that. And they're probably scared of me. I spooked them. Exactly. That baby, by the way. So that, talk about stinkers and rats. And oh my God. That lady who was somehow, so she went from being not in line, right, to taking number 75 in line. Oh, and of course, I totally forgot, you guys. Tariq got number 40. I think we gave him number 40 or something. I can't remember which one. Maybe it was 33. We gave him a number. We had like 5 numbers, you guys. We had 25, 26, 40, 45, and I think 33 as well. And I gave like 33 to Tariq, and I said, bro, this is all you. And then as we were going in, I look, and Tariq is standing there by the road, and he's not in line. And I'm like, I never got a chance to ask him. I never got a chance to talk to him. It was very unfortunate. It was very unfortunate. I don't know what happened. So he decided to, maybe he gave his number to somebody else. I mean, he's such a nice guy. He's such a fucking nice guy. Way too nice. We don't deserve Tariq. Hashtag free Tariq. Anyway, so Tariq is a man that we all strive to be. Honestly, that's who Tariq is. Anyway, so Tariq apparently relinquished his number too, but we gave him one of our numbers because we're like, dude, yeah, karma will reward him for sure. Tariq was just like giving away his stuff like left and right. I don't know what that dude's deal is, but he's cool. I like Tariq. I don't care. Whatever he's doing, that's his thing. I'm not going to infringe on it. All right, baby lady. Back to baby lady. So baby lady, who went from being number 100 plus to cutting everybody to become number 75. She cut everybody again as we were inching closer to 7 a.m. to become number one. She cut everybody to become number one. Double cut. Exactly. And she allegedly, the baby didn't cry for like 7 hours. Everybody was asking, like, how the hell? Like, these girls know, these women know. They're like, how the hell did that baby not cry for a single second? Apparently, she was giving him like vodka or something, allegedly. And based on what you're about to hear, it's very likely. It's very, I mean, what you've already heard, right? There's more. There's more coming. Um, so yeah, God, she was ratting on people. She was coming up to police officers and going, like, you could see her, like, she was pointing. She was like pointing at the line and like pointing people out to the. And how did the police knew about the green stickers? Because she ratted the green sticker people out. And the police said that if anybody is found to have been like of the original whatever, we are going to boot you out of line, so might as well go ahead and leave now. Now obviously nobody left, nobody was stupid enough. We just kind of took our green stickers and fucking hit them. We weren't gonna. But yeah, that lady was just standing there with that ugly smug face. Oh God. um anyway, so we got in. I was number 41. Number 41. Joe was like number 40. Farah was like number 38. So we all got in, and we got in the court line upstairs inside. And yeah, we got in. It was 8 a.m. No, like 7 something we got in line. 7:30 maybe. No, 7:30 is when they started handing out the wristbands, and then about 8:35 is when they opened the doors. 8:35 is when they opened the doors. So let's go to when court finally started. I know you guys, I know, and I look exhausted. I know I do. So let's look at how it went down. By the way, I have to remember right around noon. So I've been tweeting this whole thing, and I'll go back to finish. I have so many tweets I gotta make. Good God, I'll finish this stream. I'll finish my tweets and I'll just go to bed because I am not staying up. By the way, if we do we have line sitters in the chat? I don't know if we have line sitters in the chat, but we need you guys more than ever for tomorrow. We need at least 2 spots. We need at least, excuse me, 2 spots. Line sitting for Monday. Monday at 5 p.m. we got. Wait a minute. No, that looks like it's old. Hold up. Line sitting for Monday. Line sitting for Tuesday. Here we go. 3 to 4 doesn't matter. 4 to 5 doesn't matter. 5 to 6 doesn't matter. 6 to 7 doesn't matter. 7 to 8. Well, Carla's there. Carla and Mary. Carla and Mary. And then we don't have anybody for midnight. We only have one person for 11. So we need somebody from 11 to 1. We need 2 people. I mean, one person. One person for 11 and 2 people for midnight. So if you're available, here's the link. Here's the link. Joe went home. Aw. James should be there tomorrow. There's the link for sign up. Runkle is not here yet. Runkle is going to be here Wednesday morning. Hey, Kevin Mad Dog, long time. Yes, you have been with me forever. Okay, so let's get to the trial. I know you guys have been waiting for this. Let's roll. So 9 a.m., the bailiff comes back, says we're missing 1 juror. 3 minutes later, the jurors are let in. I noticed that juror number 7 is wearing a suit today, and he was looking really good, really spiffy in that suit. Really liked it. They call Dr. Moore. He's the ortho. And right out of the gate, maybe it's because it's morning. Maybe they had their morning coffee. Maybe they're just excited. I don't know. I don't know what it was, but I liked it because they were all perked up as soon as the jurors sat down and the witness took the stand. There was nothing but attention, attention, attention. They were paying attention like hawks. They were watching everything, every move. I think they just had their morning coffee and they were feeling good. Anytime he testified, they kind of perked up with interest. I think they just wanted to see where this is going because this is an expert witness. You know, what is he going to say? What is he going to testify to? He's an orthopedic doctor. And juror number 7 was very attentive today. Throughout the entire trial, juror number 7 was extremely attentive. Like he was paying attention left and right. He was watching back and forth and back and forth. Very, very curious as to the happenings, the comings and goings of everything. So, but even 12 minutes in, one of the jurors, I think it was the juror number 2, is according to my notes, was already getting bored. Like he had his hand like in the palm. It's a recurring theme for some of these jurors. Like they do one of these numbers because it's exhausting to sit there for 8 hours every day. You know, even more than that. Now it's 8.5. They do 9 to 5:30. So, yeah. Some of them are ready to like go home already, and I don't blame them. Now, when Moore starts testifying about the whole Johnny Depp cut his own finger off, there's no way that the bottle did it. I don't know. Juror number 2 still was kind of ambivalent, kind of didn't care so much, but eventually I already did the baby lady story. Oh, the baby lady story is coming. Okay, hold on. You guys, Jesus Christ. No patience. Chat has no patience. They're like, give me now. Give me the juice. Give me the juice. Give me the juice. Come on, chat. Have patience. Patience is a virtue, don't you know? Anyway, so cut his own finger. He started writing at some point, but he likes to groom himself in the courtroom. I don't know why. That's juror number 2. Juror number 3, I have an extremely hard read on. We'll get to him. So juror number 2 was grooming himself, and it was just like scratching his head. And we'll start writing, and then some more testimony will come in from Moore, and then he'll go back to being bored. Like the dude is hit or miss. He just likes excitement, and then he goes back to his bored state. Juror number 5, the Asian girl with the mask, she was blinking a lot at the witness, and she was avoiding eye contact with him when he was talking about the injury being inconsistent with the fact that it may have been done with a bottle. Let me just preface this by saying the entire testimony about bringing in an expert to say, you know what, there is basically a realm of possibility. This is the bottom line. There's a realm of possibility where this was not done by a bottle, and I'm here to say that I don't believe that this was done by a bottle. And that is just, I think it's so stupid. That whole witness, I'll say right now, was a total waste of time. So was the next one, but Spiegel. But we'll get to Spiegel, other than the fact he's got like a very German name, and he looks very German too. He was not giving, because like Vasquez, which we'll get to in a second, just completely obliterated Moore out of the water. Juror number 5 couldn't even look at him, and this is like not even 20 minutes in. This is like 15 minutes into his testimony. Anytime he would testify, like, I believe that the injury that Johnny Depp's finger sustained is not consistent with a bottle being thrown, she was just like, and kind of like looking away from him because he's seated right there. So if she's looking this way, she's looking away from him. Very bizarre. Very bizarre. I don't know what Amber Heard's team is doing over there. But number 9 was very intrigued. Now that's rare because normally he's my no fucks given kind of guy. When I always joke like when I grew up, I want to be juror number 9. I think Runkle said the same thing. We all want to be juror number 9. He is just like he was chewing gum all day. He's like he doesn't care. His eyes rolling around, his head's darting around. He'll make faces. He's like, huh? James was talking about him a lot, if you remember. And now we get to finally see it. He's just like, he does a lot of faces. Like I love him because his expression gives me insight as to what is inside that head of his. It's very, very neat, very cool. So he furrows his eyebrows a lot, and he was furrowing his eyebrows at the injury not being consistent with the bottle. So he's kind of in line. 5 and 9 were in the same boat there. Then when they showed the X-ray photos, and he was testifying, Dr. Moore was testifying about the fact that the X-ray shows that the break in the bone also is not consistent with a bottle doing this kind of damage. He was stroking his chin. He was just like very interested. And I don't know if this was like a skeptical chin stroke or if it was like a if it was a skeptical chin stroke or if it was a what's it called an actual curious, like pondering, like interested, like, ooh, tell me more, maybe you can sway me or convince me one way or the other. You can't tell. It's impossible to decipher. So yeah, and that was page 1, and I have about 20 more. No, not really. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 more. I have 13 pages total. I wrote a note to my neighbor. I wrote, you guys see this? I wrote, this is about Dr. Moore. Doctor is full of shit. I was telling her with the dollar signs, like this is all about the money for him because he can't, there's no fucking way you can testify with a straight face to like, yeah, that injury is not consistent with the bottle. Like, how the hell are you going to, how are you going to come to that conclusion, man? I don't care. I don't care how, I don't care how fucking, I don't care how experienced you are. You cannot sit there with a straight face and say, you know what? Yeah, that's not, yeah. Oh, hey, Ina. Yeah, that was you. Ina's in the chat. This is her. She sat next to me. She was one of the line sitters last week, and this time she got in, and she said she got in a couple more times. So, welcome to the chat, Ina. That's so good to see you. Thanks for coming. That's she sat next to me. She's the one that was sitting on my right. Super cool. Yeah, he got $5,000 just to testify for each day of testimony. And he was also paid like $3.50 an hour or something like that for his review and blah blah blah. I don't remember. The new lady sitting next to Whitney is the other expert witness about damages. To Amber. We'll get to that. She was the last witness. That was Arnold. Okay. Number 5 tilts her head to the left for the first time today. That was about 9:30, and she did that at what would you expect will be consistent with that type of bottle injury? What the hell did I mean when I wrote that? She tilts her head to the left for the first time at what would you expect will be consistent? Oh, so what do you expect? So if a bottle had been thrown and this is not consistent with a bottle injury, what do you expect to see? And then he gave his answer. Like she was very intrigued. Like, what are you feeding me? What is this? How can I tell the difference? I'm a layperson. You're the expert. You're the doctor, right? Tell me, help me understand. I don't think she got the answer she wanted because later on she just kind of I think she tuned him out. I can't remember if she did or not. Yeah, 1 in 5. 1 in 5 eventually just basically tuned him out before we even got to the cross. I think I could be wrong. No. It was, maybe it was later. Anyway, number 8 was writing a lot. So number 8 was on the money. Let me tell you guys. Number 8 was on the money. This is going to be a recurring theme in this live stream because number 8 was writing a lot. She barely, during that testimony right there with the whole bottle of consistency, inconsistency, what would be consistent, why this is inconsistent with that type of injury. It was absolutely it was absolutely nuts. Like she would just, her eyes didn't even like come off. She was just writing and she was looking at the X-ray and she was writing and she was looking at the X-ray. So I don't know what to make of that. Cross-examination by Camille. Now this is where Moore took a plunge to the death. Who's going to be the jury foreperson, by the way? That's a great question, Bonnie. Number 8, very possible. So I can tell you that we can actually lay this out right now. Okay, let me tell you exactly who is definitely not going to be on as a foreman. Definitely not 6. Definitely not 6. 6 is out. 5 is out, no question. 4 is out. 3, 2, and 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Basically, the entire back row. No way. They'll never make foreperson. Not 1, not 2, not 3. They're all too young. They're all too base. They're too. They feel very pacifist, emotionless. 4. I take it back. 4 is a crapshoot. 5 definitely no. 6 definitely no. 7, hard maybe. So 4 and 7 are hard maybes. 8 is a hard yes. And 9 is a hard yes. So I would say 8 or 9. 8 or 9 are definitely going to be in competition to be the foreperson. 8 or 9, no question. If they stay, of course, there's a possibility. There's a relevant possibility when the names get drawn, both 8 and 9 both drop out, in which case it'll be between 7 and 4, because 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6, I don't see a realm in the universe where those are going to be leading the pack. Just my own personal observation. I could be completely wrong. All right. So, and I'll get to super chats later. I already mentioned that. Sorry for all you newcomers. If don't forget to like this video, comment below, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, join on as a member if you're so inclined. Would love to have you. We have like 99-cent membership, you guys. Can't beat that. Or you can opt in for the more expensive ones. So the hanging from the bar. I mean, Camille, as soon as Camille gets up there, I love how she just goes straight for the gullet. She's like, I'm not here to fuck around. I'm here to go for your throat right out of the gate. So she grabs him by the throat, she grabs him by the nuts, and she does one of these, like, and squeezes, right? How does she do that? He testified that he had his hand, Johnny had his hand flat on the bar, right? Well, here's the problem. Camille was like, well, Johnny testified that his hand was kind of like this, right? Yeah. And you testified that it was like this. And she made a big deal out of it, and rightfully so, because lock him in. Lock him in to his testimony. You said that. Don't let him back out, because he's trying to weasel his way out of it. Well, that's not what I said. And like, yes, motherfucker, that's exactly what you said. We all were there. We all knew. We all heard it. Now quit trying to amber your way out of it. It's not going to work. Let's fucking go. All right? Okay. He said, I misstated. By the way, I have this in my notes. He wrote, he said, I misstated, but it doesn't change my opinion. So if it was like this or like this, I'm sorry, I misstated. Maybe it wasn't like this. Maybe it was like this, but it doesn't change my opinion. This is still not consistent with the injury, whatever. Jury perked up. The entire jury was just like, oh, they were like little rabbits, like poking out of their holes. And they were watching, not the witness, They were watching Camille fucking Vasquez. They were locked in. They were just like, whoop. Because as soon as she, like I said, right out of the gate, she just knocked his teeth out. And I loved that. I love that. Like I said, he's not going to amber his way out of it. So they're watching Camille very intently, and everybody is just like they're literally writing like this, like furiously. I loved it. I loved it. When when she finally gets him to admit that he had no personal knowledge of the injury, I swear to you guys, like the courtroom, we have 100 people seated there, plus or minus a few. So we have like the security guards, we have like people in the front. So there are about like 110 people in that courtroom in the gallery at all times, right? Minus maybe the people who went to the bathroom or maybe taking a short break. So plus or minus 110. When Camille finally got him to admit that he did not have personal knowledge of the injury, you could feel the whole courtroom. I literally wrote it down. The whole courtroom shifted in their seats audibly, like you could hear it, because the entire room basically like whoop, whoop, like moved, right? If you pay attention, you won't miss this stuff. It's actually really cool. Very fascinating stuff. So number one was listening very intently, and he was very interested in everything Camille, not the witness. He was very interested in what Camille had to say. Okay. And then at one point, he starts giving an answer, and Camille just cuts him off and goes, "There is no question pending, Dr. Moore." And number 8 just kind of like had one of these looks on her face. Juror number 8 was looking so adoringly at Camille with piqued sense of interest. Like, I can sense how much they respect her, not just because of her being a badass and being able to do a fantastic cross. She shows caliber. She shows that she's there not to fuck around, not to waste time, and she maintains interest. She keeps the jurors interested. Even though she's the plaintiff, usually it's the defense who wants to be this like hyper aggressive, hyper in your face type cross examination. Usually, not always, but Camille is pulling it off. Camille, yeah, the whole jury's in all of her, and I'm telling you, juror number 8 was just kind of like I loved it. It was so beautiful to witness. I wrote number 8 looks adoringly at Camille Vasquez with a piqued sense of interest. That you cannot rule out testimony. She would love that. When Moore said you cannot so finally, when she got him to admit, when Camille got Moore to admit that you cannot definitively say what caused the injury, everybody, once again, they were scribbling. They were scribbling like crazy. They were just writing everything down. When she got him to admit that there was no reconstruction, again, number 8 was extremely intrigued, very interested, loved what Camille was doing, loved what she was getting out of Moore. Number 9, by the way, this whole time became a statue. Like, he didn't even move. I don't know if the dude was fucking breathing at some point, you guys. His eyes were literally, he was frozen. He was frozen in time, right? And his eyes were just doing this. Witness, Camille. Witness, Camille. Witness, like question, answer. Question, answer. Question, and like he was so interested. He was so interested. It was just magical to watch. All right. When she started asking him, did you review Dr. Kipper's deposition on performing that emergency surgery? And he said no. The jury basically just stopped looking at Moore altogether. They were like, all right, no longer interested in this. This guy is a quack. That's the feeling I got. That's because they like the whole their mood was set on at least like, okay, let's hear this guy out. Maybe he's got something. This is my feelings, by the way. I'm attributing my own personal feelings based on my observations. Don't forget that, okay? So I'm not telling you this is what happened. I'm telling you this is what I am seeing, and this is what I am deducing based on the data that is available to me. The whole mood, like collectively, of the whole pack of the jury was just like, all right, we're done with this guy. Like the whole, it was almost like like a, how do I describe it? Not a fluster, but kind of like they all went limp. They all went limp. Yes, this is my interpretation. They basically all went limp, uh, visibly, and they just stopped looking at Dr. Moore altogether. There was a sidebar at one point that Camille had a very snide smirk on her face, and Rottenborn was looking very sour and had a very frowny face after the Kipper sidebar. So she tried to get something in about Kipper, and that was it. Number 9 shifted his chair away at that point. Yeah, so like a minute later, number 9 shifts his chair away from Dr. Moore and is now staring at the floor. Like he doesn't even need to look at Camille. Like he's already got what he needed. He realized this witness is trash for whatever reason. I think that's my interpretation, because his mood just complete. He went. I'm telling you, like think about it. This dude is sitting there like a statue, going from oh 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 to all right, and he turns his chair and he just kind of stares at the floor. And the questions keep coming. Don't forget they never stopped, right? So I leave it to your conclusions. But that's my interpretation. All right. So I wrote this witness did nothing. It's only hurting the defense's case. And there's one moment when Rottenborn asks on redirect. He asks Dr. Moore, he goes, does this look like a handle? Does this look like a handle to you on the photo of the broken bottle that Johnny Depp alleges broke his finger? And at that moment, Johnny Depp turns around and starts talking to Camille and the other lawyers at the other table. He appears very concerned, but it appears that Camille kind of reassures him and even gives him like a little tap on the hand, and he turns back around after that. So on redirect, number 5 and number 9, jurors number 5 and juror number 9 are scanning the room for the mixed reactions from the gallery on the redirect testimony that we're getting from Rottenborn. They're very attuned, by the way. A lot of these jurors, you'll see 4, 5, 8, 9, I believe, is a recurring theme. They like to scan the room. So does 7, but not as often. 7 will listen to just about everything. 2 and 3 are like babies. I don't know if they believe everything they hear, but they don't seem to have like their own opinion. They will listen to the bitter end, even when it's like when we're all like, "Oh my God, this guy is a cooked duck." They're still like, look and listen, like, uh huh, uh huh. So anyway, take from it what you will. They're good people. They're just young. They don't have life experience. It's okay. It's okay. It's part of life. Whatever. All right, let's do some super chats real quick, and then we'll come back to Dr. Spiegel. Dr. Spiegel. Let me just run through these real quick. I want to hear more about Crazy Pants and her baby, which we will get to. I hear from Logic that you are being quite the ladies' man. I don't know about that. Thank you, Peaches, new member. Hey, DY, what, if any, will to live do the jurors have left? Will to live do the jurors have left? I assume they're all hung themselves. Oh, sorry, I forgot to click on these. I apologize. With cobwebs collecting on their bodies. Yeah, basically. Thank you for becoming a new member, Ryan. At least you left to sleep. Joe fell asleep in court. I had to crash. There was a moment I had to get some sleep. I had to crash. I'll come back to the next witness, Dr. Spiegel. So just give me a moment. I'll fill you in. I just want to do these real quick. King Raymond, thank you for the $2. Tanya, thank you for becoming a new member. Thank you for not selling those numbers. Yes, so you're welcome. That was a great idea, Chad. Like we were going to sell those extra numbers, but we decided against it. Josephine Doris says, I just want to say how much I appreciate your kindness to the others in the line, not to mention your intelligent contribution to the discussion. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Leela Aguilar, this is the chat I was waiting for. Hell yeah. Peaches Bradford, lol, baby lady. Yup, hashtag baby lady. Tara Reiner, thank you for the pic of the alpacas. They are adorable. Yes, they are. Aren't they the sweetest? Hi, Larry. I live about 10 minutes from the course and was wondering if the Law Tubers plan for tonight. We are. Would love to treat you all to libations and food. Oh, I thought you were going to say if you want to wait in line for us, but we need line sitters. We need line sitters. Food is awesome too, but I'm not going to get there until 6 a.m. tomorrow. May even be like 6:30. So, well, 6:30 might be a little too late. Maybe 6. I don't know. I'm scared to get there. Like the closer to 7 it gets, the more scared I'm going to get. But I need sleep, you guys. I haven't slept in 36 hours as of this minute. No, over 36 hours, like 37, 38. I don't know. I lost count. Love your pick with the alpaca, says T. Hamilton, sending support. Thanks for all you're doing. You're welcome. Coming back to the jurors real quick. Hold on. Let me just do super chats. I emailed your work address about Farron's ID this morning. Please check. I'm very worried for her. Email explains. Oh, you guys, I have literally like 1,000 messages to go through. So you're going to have to give me time. I'm sorry. And I need sleep. I'm just doing this because this is more important. I need to catch you guys up so you guys know what's up. James, what was your jury's reaction to Elaine? James is not here, Elizabeth Green, but James, what was the jury's reaction to Elaine asking the doctor about him drawing and eating candy? Did you notice that his lawyers grabbed candy after that? So I missed that part. I walked in right afterwards. Ina was supposed to fill me in, but she never did. Maybe she can fill you guys in with a super chat. I'll read it later. Ina, if you're still in the chat, let us know what happened about the whole drawing and eating candy. What does that mean? What does that mean, doctor? What does that mean? Is he a psychopath? Tomorrow is my birthday. Happy birthday. Happy early birthday, Bio Megapint. Can I link you to Facebook as my gift to? Thank you for Inside Scoop. Appreciate you in a big way. Wish I was there. Can I link you to Facebook as my gift to? Sure. I don't know what that means, but okay. Zeta Attack. I'm sure it's completely normal for your 6-month-old child to be registered drunk and already. Oh my God. Everybody's obsessed with Baby Lady. Are they going to enforce the 1 a.m. rule? Yes. I've already seen them enforce it. Don't show up before 1 a.m. basically is the bottom line. What are the green stickers? That's our numbering system, how we keep people in check. Question regarding perjury in UK and AU. Fantastic. I probably can't answer any of those. If they do take it very seriously, can Amber Heard be prosecuted in the U.S. under extraterritorial jurisdiction? Maybe. Not sure. I don't know how that works. I don't know international law enough to answer that question. Peaches Bradford. I've waited all day to hear your version of Crazy Pants. Lol, Emily D mentioned it as well. Super sticker by Moni Lay. Thank you. Mo, Baby Lady story continues at first break. Yes, it does. Mega pint of juice, please. Thank you, Bright Eyes. Matthew Self. Will the jurors of this trial be able to give their information not to be contacted by media after the trial is over? Maybe. And is there a possibility anyone allowed to be getting an interview? Maybe. Don't know. We'll find out. Thank you for the super sticker, Joanne. Thank you for the super sticker, Color Me Brave. Thank you for becoming a new member, Robin M. Thank you for becoming a new member, Robert. Joe NF, thank you for becoming a member as well. Thank you for the super sticker, Lizzie. I'm almost done. I only got 7 left here, and before there's probably more, but I'll take a break and go back to the jurors. Take a break from super chats. Bought the t-shirt. Thank you. You're welcome, Jacqueline Robinson. Buy your mega pint. Can I link my instead of gifts? Please give to in a link for your all's trip. I'm old, don't know how to do that crap. Sure. Just whatever you need to do, Bayou. That's fine. Amber Heard's team wants JD to run the clock out of So they have 4 hours left, by the way. 4 hours, 9 minutes. 4 hours, 9 minutes, and they're supposed to use. How are they going to use 4 hours in the next 3 days? I don't know. It's going to be crazy. Kathleen Jack, do you think Dennison was trying to run the clock with Kathryn Arnold so JD wasn't going to start testifying tonight if Amber Heard called him? Possibly. Very, very possible. But he just kept going on and on. I noticed that. Did you all catch that as well? Why bring an exactly said about a bottle when Amber Heard said it did on the phone on the stand, Michelle? I don't know. My brain's too tired to process that. I'm sorry. Julia George, so grateful for your commentary. You're welcome. Thank you so much. Nothing space. How did the jury react about the candy? And again, I missed that. I was late to that because I was grabbing a snack, drinking a Monster to stay awake. All right, this is the last one. Let's go back to talking about the jury. Let's go back to talking about the jury. All right. Let me just highlight these very quickly. You guys, it's been an adventure today, and the adventure will continue tomorrow. I am going tomorrow. I will continue the coverage of this trial. I'm just doing this right now. I need to catch up on a few tweets, and then I am going to sleep because I am exhausted. Over a day and a half of no sleep will do that to you. So I'm no stranger to it, but running on caffeine and adrenaline, but there's only so much you can take before your body starts crapping out on you. All right. Okay. Am I caught up yet? I think I'm caught up. And we got, holy shit, we got nearly 11,000 people watching. I remember Joe was like, hey, let's get you to 40,000. Well, shit, fucking A, Joe. We might be able to get that tonight if we keep going at this pace. All right. So let's get back to the jury. Oh, my God. So many of these. Hold on. I'm almost done. Wait. Oh, there's another one. Oh, wait, no. Oh, wait, I may have already done them. I may have already done these. Or no, I don't know. Okay, whatever. All right, I think I got them all. Okay, so let's get back to the jury, shall we? The jury. When Dr. Spiegel took the stand. Pickle Rick! I swear to God, he looks like Rick Sanchez. Anybody with me on that? Pickle Rick! I swear, the whole time he was on the stand, there's this girl next to me doodling. She forgot her doodle book, by the way. So, blonde girl sitting next to me at the trial, please don't forget, I turned your book into the bailiff, but he just kind of looked at me like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? I'm like, I don't know, dude, put it in the lost and found. He was like, I'm probably going to throw it out. I'm like, don't throw it out. She had like the doodles in there and notes and stuff. And she had like Rick Sanchez drawing in there. And I'm like, holy shit, girl, you are on top of it. Pickle Rick! All right. Number 8 was, again, completely fixated on the lawyer. Like during voir dire, so voir dire is when you basically determine whether or not this witness is qualified to testify as an expert witness. So when Spiegel was getting voir dired by Camille, it went by kind of unnoticed. She's just asking you questions. And then when, what's his name? Dennison gets up there and the judge asks, do you have an objection to him being qualified as an expert witness? He's like, yeah, I want to voir dire him. And the whole room goes, huh? Okay. It was not expected. So he starts asking questions. And number 8, again, she's just fixated on Dennison. And she even smiled at Dennison during voir dire. Like she threw a smile in there. She liked what he was doing. He was trying to make him look like a quack. And okay, let me just say right now, Spiegel, you need to learn how to fucking tone your shit down. We get it. You're the smartest man in the room. We don't have the same kind of degree. We will never have the same kind of smarts that you have. But for the love of God, if you want to be relatable, which you absolutely were not anywhere near fucking relatable, you did not even appear like a human being. You appear like an alien from another planet who is just like, let me share my knowledge with you. And the whole world just goes, fuck you, we don't care. And I'm going to go this way. You can lecture to the wall over there. Like, that's literally how I felt, because he just kept going on in this like, oh yeah, I can answer that question for you. Yeah, absolutely, I can answer that for you. And I'm just like, that you come off so arrogant and smug and just so unseemly, unrelatable. The average person looks at you and they just want to like walk away from you. And the jury was showing that right at the beginning. right at the beginning of it. So he took the stand. He took the stand at 9:56. By 10:15, this is 20 minutes into Elaine's direct. The jurors collectively already appeared like they were not impressed with Dr. Spiegel's cocky demeanor. Oh, of course, in the comment, like, thank you for the plug-in for my book. I'm just like, they all, when he said that, they were all just like stoic. Like, is this guy for real? Just very, very apathetic, very stoic. Did not care for him. Did not care for his smug attitude. Mm. And then when oh, so sorry, that was not even the direct. I'm sorry, that was the voir dire of Dennison. And then at one point he asks, "Where does IPV appear in your resume?" IPV, by the way, is intimate partner violence. IPV, where does it say? Where does it appear on your curriculum vitae? And he's like, "It doesn't." And all the jurors were just like immediately scribbling down as fast and as furiously as they possibly could. Even at that point, the jurors already stopped looking at him. This is like 20 minutes into his voir diring him, both sides voir diring the poor schmuck. I also said that juror number whatever was wearing a very, very nice suit. Another juror, not number 7. Number 7 was wearing a nice suit, but I called out the color on Twitter, and I got a few messages saying, no, take that down because I'm calling her out. I don't want to do that. I just really liked her color and the color that she had, and she added that color. I've never seen her wear color before, and she rocked it, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So shout out to you. I'll shout you out again after the trial, at which point it's not going to matter anymore. But just want to let you know that we are paying attention to even your wardrobe, your attire. So I'm not going to say which one it was because I already understand that that's not. I don't want to call them out. I don't want to throw them under the bus. It's not cool. We're cool here. Now, this is where once again, number 9 reached the penultimate, no fucks given level. He's chewing gum. He's resorting to side-eyeing witnesses. He's just like, he's looking at a witness. He's like, he doesn't even turn his head. He's just like, okay. I mean, and he's sitting there, chewing his gum. Like he's. When I grow up, I want to be like witness number 9. Just don't give a shit about anything. Number 5 starts writing when Spiegel lists all types of medications he will be talking about and drugs or whatever. Holy shit. Hold on. I have to just call this super chat real quick. Andrew Stone. Holy hell, dude. Thank you for the $100. He says, thank you for all you're doing. Jesus Christ, man. Thank you so much. I love you guys. At that point, number 1 was wiping his eyes, appears very tired. Number 2 was ready for bed. He laid his there it is again. He lays his forehead in his palm like he's doing one of these numbers. Number 8 is not impressed with the Spiegel's cockiness either. It appears she won't even look at him. She's all but checked out. And this is where voir dire was already over. He was now entered as an expert witness, but he's been on the stand for not even an hour, like 40 minutes, and she's just like, I'm done with this guy. Now, number 3 is impossible to read, you guys. I've tried everything. I need a Ouija board or something because I can't figure this guy out. Don't forget to like this video, comment below, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, blah, 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 blah. Thank you. Number 3 is impossible to read. I don't know. I can't get a read on this guy. Him and 6. Number 3 is young. Number 6 is old. Both are just like expressionless. Number 3 is also wearing a mask, so it's even harder to read his face. Number 6 is old. And I don't know. I can't get a read on either. They're just completely expressionless. Now, somebody told me today, I think it was Ina, actually. Ina told me earlier today that I believe it was number 6 that during voir dire, when they were picking the jury, actually said that his wife said that like Amber is a psycho or something, and he's the jury, which but they asked him like, is this going to affect how you make decisions on this case? And he's like, no. She says a lot of things. She calls a lot of people crazy or whatever it was. So, anywho, I don't think that's such a big deal either way. But I just found that funny that that's one of the ones that potentially we can't get a read on. Yeah. All right. Who's next? Spiegel is. Oh, number 3's eyes appear to be glazed over during both morning experts' testimony, by the way. Both Spiegel and Moore, he's just like, he's young. He appears to like, what, be 25? What does the chart say? I think we have him pinned down at about 25. Spiegel is clearly trying to show he's the smartest person in the room, and it's all but putting off most of the jury. And I literally numbered all but 3 and 6. Well, and 4. 4 I couldn't get a read on either. I think she has a mask on. Yeah, she has a mask on too. 1, 2, 5, 7, 8, and 9 were all very put off by this guy. Very put off. Okay. Now we come to Baby Lady. Oh, you guys are not ready for this. Oh, you guys are not ready for this. Yes, you are. Baby Lady comes out of nowhere. Baby Lady is in the back of the courtroom. This is what she says. She says, "Well, hold on. Let me paint the scene for you, right? So, courtroom is still in session. The jury has walked out. The judge has walked out. So it's not in session. I'm sorry. Take it back. Vodka baby rights matter. The judge walks out. As soon as the judge walks out and Johnny Depp is getting ready to leave, Baby Lady screams, 'I love you, Johnny. Our souls are connected.' And everybody's like, all right, whatever. She might get kicked out. She may not. I already talked about the line. You have to roll back. I've been live for an hour and 7 minutes. Now, here we have a little bit of discrepancy as to what she said next, because she's like, well, obviously, I did not stir enough commotion. Why are people not reacting to my bullshit? A baby named Stoli. Wait, the video keeps freezing up? Uh-oh. I'm sorry, you guys. I am on not my own home connection, obviously. I'm in Virginia in my employee's uncle's house, and his Wi-Fi may be... Am I good? Am I still good? All right. The video is freezing up, but not the audio. I'm not going to refresh. Hell no. I'm not risking that. Maybe because I moved the computer. Let me try and move it back. Maybe it'll fix itself. I don't know. Maybe I have a stronger connection over here, which is unfortunate because I wanted to get a little comfy. You know what, you guys? Fuck this. I'm just gonna get comfortable. I can't do this right now. We gotta respect the body. We gotta respect the body. We're gonna get comfy. We're gonna get comfy over here. Oh boy. All right. Laid back chat. There we go. So then after she says that, she's like, oh well, I obviously did not stir enough commotion. I have to create more havoc. And this is where we have a bit of a discrepancy. Like, what did she actually say? So one version is, and I believe this is the correct one, what are you going to do if that baby is yours? That's when she gets escorted out, kicked out of the courtroom. Now, there's another version that says, when are you going to admit that baby is yours? But we don't think that's the right one. We don't think that's the right one. But what are you going to do if that baby is yours? Seems to be the consensus that was the second statement that she said. She was escorted out. She wasn't just escorted out, she was banned from the courtroom. She was banned from the courthouse, not just for the day, but for the rest of the trial. And she deserved it. She absolutely fucking deserved it. It was funny. I mean, obviously, it stirred a commotion and created havoc, which is what she was seeking. She just wanted to pass along this message to Johnny, because who knows? Maybe when Johnny walks out, he'll be like, "Oh my God, the love of my life, you with the 6 kids." Some of these women are crazy. They have these extravagant ideas about how they're going to marry a celebrity and live a life of fame and fortune. So, yeah, karma finally got her. Not only did she get escorted out, she can't come back. It's for all the line cutting that she was doing. But here, she still stole a spot from one person, which is still annoying. Shout out to you, Tarek. You're my boy. After the break, we come back. It's 11 o'clock. Number 9 is intrigued by the delayed reaction testimony by Dr. Spiegel. He's looking at him intently and with purpose. So he was very, very zeroed in on Spiegel. That's number 9, our favorite character in the entire jury. So like number 8 and number 9 are the most vibrant characters. Like we said, one of them is a four-person. And I was saying, like, the girl next to me, she gave me the idea, like, Rick Sanchez. This is Pickle Rick. Oh man, Spiegel looks like Pickle Rick, you have to admit. 2 people showed up and caused like a minor commotion in the gallery. They were trying to get seated, and the bailiff was like moving them around, like, you can't sit here, please go over here. This is all while Spiegel is testifying around 11:10 on direct. And number 5 and number 9, so the 2 on the other end, are both like, they turn their heads this way. Spiegel is over there. They're more interested in what's going on in the gallery than they are what Spiegel has to say, which gives you an idea of where their mind is, right? Because they're not interested in whatever he was testifying at. This was at 11:10, I believe. Yeah, they're more interested in what's going on in the gallery than they are as to what's going on with Spiegel's testimony. Wubba lubba dub dub. And away we go. Jury appears very somber around 11:15. They're not impressed with Spiegel's testimony after the morning break, and they struggle to stay awake. Number 2 seems to be just going over his previous notes, but number 8 is writing adamantly. Number 7 had a very long close of his eyes. He had like one of these numbers going on, seemed to be falling asleep. And number 5 is blinking a lot, like she's struggling. Now this is my neighbor. This is Ina. Ina said 8 almost looks like she's playing a drinking game with her water. She seems to be self-soothing. I'm reading her notes. She wrote this to me. She said she wasn't drinking a lot before the break, but now it is almost constant. She's not interested in writing down anything that Spiegel says. So Whitney was just observing. I think it all started. They all started writing when Spiegel began talking about that control. Even number 9, I rarely see number 9 with a pen in his hand, and number 9 was writing furiously. Not furiously. I take it back. Sorry, not furiously. Number 9 was just writing. He was writing. Everybody was writing when Spiegel was talking about like that need for control. Numbers 4, 5, 8, and 9 really enjoy scanning the room when there's chatter in the gallery during sidebars. To me, that displays emotional intelligence. Like they understand that people will give you information and they know what to look for, it feels like. So even during the sidebars, they're always kind of like just kind of like looking this way because witness stand is right there, the gallery is over there. They're always kind of like scanning like what's going on over there because we chatter amongst ourselves. They're always curious. Isn't Marlon Brando dead? Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious. Anytime Camille Vasquez stands up to even just talk to co-counsel, the jurors' eyes are on her. Now, I'm sorry, Court TV girl. I think her name is Shay. She seems cool. She actually made conversation with me today for the first time. She says she recognizes me, probably for whatever. I don't understand how you can provide coverage for Court TV when you show up at 11 and you leave at 11:30 and then only come back after lunch. Like I don't understand how you stay for 30 minutes and you get one piece of one witness and you already and like I don't know. Well, I don't maybe she reports on stuff that doesn't I don't know. Maybe she doesn't need to be there. I don't know what her job is, but like if you truly want to report on the trial, you see how difficult this job is. It's not like you can't walk in, walk out, and you already have the whole. Um, is it Chanley? Is that her name? I don't think I ever got her name. She may have introduced herself, but I was so exhausted I could barely function. I was literally like function only. My brain. Okay, so she watches on her phone. Chanley. She's a lawyer. Chanley Painter. I don't know. Okay, so maybe she is. Maybe she watches on her phone. I hope so. But because when I saw that she showed up at 11, um, Farron was like, how do you do that? So okay, all right, I'll leave the girl alone. She seems cool. She tried to make conversation. I don't want to like throw her under the bus. If she's cool, then she's cool. Whatever, you know. Um, as long as she's Team Johnny, she's cool in my book. I don't even know if she is or not. So, uh, I made a note on here just as a joke that the sketch artist is doing a better job at trial coverage. I did tweet the same thing on Twitter, so she's probably still gonna fucking hate my guts. So, I'm sorry. I really am. I'm not trying to be a dick. I just call them the way I see them, you know? Chanley. Yeah, Chanley Painter from Court TV. All right, so maybe she should take that tweet down or something. I don't know. As soon as the term narcissist, hold on, back up. The jury is half asleep at this point. It's like 11:30. Number 2, number 3, they're like half asleep. They're falling asleep. Maybe they're just waiting for lunch, which is still an hour away. As soon as the term narcissism comes out of Elaine's mouth, the whole gallery like shifts in mood. When Elaine talks about narcissists having a need for admiration, you can see her like visibly doing this to her hair. I found that very interesting. Like she owns up to this whole need for admiration, which we already know she has. She just kind of reacted to it subconsciously, wasn't thinking about it when Elaine was asking questions. Like, how many questions were asked of Spiegel about Johnny Depp? And I'm sitting there going, wait a minute, that's about Amber Heard. That's about Amber Heard. You're not talking about Johnny Depp right now. You're talking about Amber Heard, clearly. Um, Number 9 is smirking when Elaine tries to get Spiegel to talk about Depp's narcissistic traits. And when he says lack of empathy, I had a note on here was going like, wait a minute, are you talking about Depp or are you talking about Hurt? Who are you talking about? Same thing about honeymoon phase. I wrote sunshine and rainbows. That's not what he said, but that's what I got the gist of. Again, it all screams Heard, not Johnny. Number 6, here we go. Number 6 is just a blank look on his face. He when he looks at something, it looks like he's looking through them. Like, you know how a person looks at you and they're like trying to find the wall through you. This is how I see number 6 looking at stuff. I don't know. Also, Dennison needs a better objection outside the scope. Come on, like I don't like that objection. And every time he tries it, the judge is like, "No, you may answer." Okay, so from here on out, up until this point, I tweeted all this stuff. So if you saw it on Twitter, this was not new to you. Moving forward, this is completely brand new stuff. This will go on Twitter momentarily, probably as soon as we're done here, or maybe we can double down. We can probably tweet. We can tweet while we go, right? So we don't want to be wasting any time. So we can double down, and this is going to work so much better. This is going to work actually so much better. All right, so gaslighting. As soon as the word gaslighting even comes up room, immediately my first thought is Amber Heard. Number 2 and number 8 begin writing furiously. 4 minutes later, they're back to falling asleep. Now, cross-examination of Spiegel begins around before noon. Hold on. What did I write here? I wrote. Oh, so there was a moment. I'm not gonna tweet about this one, but there was a moment where Dr. Spiegel was talking about narcissistic personality disorder, and the whole time, like I wanted to ask, I was like, please, 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 please ask him, but it never happened. I wanted Dennison to ask him point blank and go, Dr. Spiegel, have you ever been diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder? I think the whole room would have exploded because everybody would be like, obviously, if he probably is, if he says he hasn't and he's or he hasn't been diagnosed because he clearly suffers from it, like absolutely no question. In my opinion, I'm not a doctor, but what do I know? During a fight on a disagreement. So they had like a disagreement and when Dennison and Spiegel were going back and forth, number 8 is just looking at the lawyer. So number 8 was looking at Dennison a lot. Number 8 was looking at Dennison a lot, very intently. She really really enjoyed it. Enjoyed him. When he said, okay, I'm gonna tweet this. When alleged that Spiegel was acting unethically. You guys remember that moment when he was saying that is it a possibility that you were acting unethically in the course of your duties? And they were just going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth like a ping pong game. Number 8 started nodding towards Dennison. I don't remember if I saw her nod previously that day. Like she was loving it. So when Dennison alleged that Spiegel was acting ugly, juror number 8 began nodding her head in agreement towards Dennison. That was juror number 8. She was very much like on board with it, and she loved it. At least so it appeared. After that moment, she couldn't even make eye contact with Dr. Spiegel. Number 8 could not make eye contact with Spiegel after that. Okay. And we saw a brand new reaction from number 2. Number 2 snarled for the first time. I've never seen him snarl before. Number 2 snarled at Spiegel during the ethics argument. Well, the ethics, what do you call it? Confrontation? Confrontation. I like that better. So that was crazy. That was absolutely crazy. I literally wrote in my notes with a big star next to it, Spiegel number completely and irrevocable. Stand by that statement. Like, once you touch upon ethics and you have one of the jurors basically just go, "Yup." There's no recovering from it. Like, you can argue a point and you're like, yeah. But she just did not like him so much when Dennison called him out on his ethical or unethical behavior, rather. That was it. So. Oh, and when he says, "So you never found, 5 out of 9 traits," number 2 and number 9 begin nodding. That was crazy. That was crazy. When Dennison calls Spiegel out on the 5 out of 9 traits portion, number 2 and number 9 begin nodding as well. Okay. And very shortly thereafter, number 2 and number 8, but not 9, just basically go to sleep at one point, and then later, 8 smiling. Number 8 was just smiling, and she had like the cutest smile. She's been smiling for a long time. She had this very, very cute smile. So, wait, what's going on? Who do we have in the chat? Invite Farron into live. Oh, Farron. What's up, Farron? Where is ya? Where is ya? I can't find ya. Yeah, I'm going back tomorrow. She said tweet. I can't even tweet right now because my thing is so saturated. Farron, let's do this. No, I want your input. God damn it. Hold on. I'll make this work. Message requests. Wait. What's your handle? I know I need sleep. I'll get some sleep. Don't worry. I have about 9 hours of sleep left, give or take. Fair and balanced. At fair and balanced. Okay. Uh, fair and balanced. Here we go. Oh, fair and you're so funny. Fair and balanced. I love that. Here's the link. Oh, that's not the link. Invite, copy to clipboard, Twitter. All right. Sent. Sent. Fair and free to join. I'm just going to keep going. So excuse me if I miss you right away. Okay. By the way, you guys, we still need line holders. So if you are available, we need you. 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 Here's the link. I just posted it in the chat. Thank you very much. Okay. God, my nose is itchy. Somebody must be talking about me. When the oh, I love this moment. Around 12:15, the judge was very upset with Spiegel, and she scolded him in open court, and the entire courtroom sighed. It was beautiful. When the judge scolded Spiegel the first time, the entire courtroom sighed. When Dennison got Spiegel to admit that Amber Heard's personality disorders can lead to IPV. So when Dennison, this is a very crucial moment, because remember, Dennison has a fan favorite. And when Dennison got Spiegel to admit Amber Heard's personality disorders can actually lead to IPV, juror number 8 began writing furiously. That was a sight to behold. He's not a member of the American Medical Association, doesn't know the rule, and the whole courtroom erupts with giggles and chatter. Yeah, when Spiegel admits he is not a member of the AMA and doesn't know the rule, the courtroom erupts with giggles and chatter. All right. When when Dennison asks him the question about Willy Wonka, the whole room just laughs, and number 8 just can't stop smiling. She is absolutely loving this, loving it. I mean, she just is like McDonald's, ba da ba ba ba, like she's loving it, and I don't know. It's just it's really beautiful to watch. All jurors are zeroed in on the lawyer, and the judge looks super bored at this point. When I love this one. When Dennison asks, "Is idiot a professional opinion?" The whole courtroom laughs. Even the bailiff, I caught him rolling his eyes at that, and he was falling asleep. But he didn't sleep. He was just falling asleep. He was exhausted from all this stuff. He was still doing his job. He was watching. He was watching the courtroom. He was just falling asleep because he was probably tired, and plus it was like 6 minutes before lunch. Um, Not even. But when Dennison says no, when Spiegel admits that he diagnosed Depp without ever speaking to the man, juror number 8 is sold. Is everything but sold, basically. I mean, she's done. She's absolutely done. Uh I called I called Spiegel a an older, what did I call him? An older, oh, I forgot. I had a cool nickname for him. I tweeted about it earlier. An older, angrier, grayer, maler Amber Heard. Oh, there she is.
Oh, hi.
Hey, hey.
Larry.
What's going
Oh,
on,
baby.
Farron?
The DUI guy. You like that?
I love it. Is that a
That should be your theme
Yeti?
song. Mm-hmm.
Nice. I
Oh
have
boy,
one of
what a
those.
day, huh?
Mine's not working. Yes, I am catching the chat up and on Twitter. I'm literally at the lunch, almost at the lunch break, not quite. This is when
So
Dennison and
you're on
Spiegel,
Spiegel.
yeah, when Dennison and Spiegel were going head to head, and I just covered the whole. So you diagnosed him without ever talking to the man, and number 8 was basically everything but sold.
This is after the break.
Right before the break. I'm on 12:30. The break was at like 12:47 or something.
Oh, okay.
You remember that?
I have are you talking about lunch break or the break, like the midway break?
So post midway break, pre
Okay, so you're
lunch
talking about
break.
lunch break.
Yeah, so like 10 minutes before the lunch break, when I have a note here, I doubt you have this one because I was just looking at the judge and she was. Do you remember when Spiegel and Dennison were going back and forth? And one of the things he said, so you diagnosed this man without ever talking to him, talking about Johnny. Even the judge did this. Judge was like fixing her collar. Oh wait, I lost your Farron. Maybe my stream went down. I don't know what happened. Am I still live? Oh, she crashed. Hopefully she comes back. Okay, mine is good. All right. She froze. Oh no. Okay. Ina. Ina, do you have my Twitter, right? Send me a tweet. Tweet me. Tweet me, Ina, so that I can add you to my thingy. All right. Let's continue. So, where were we? When that happens, yeah, so even the judge fixes her collar and appears to be vicariously nervous for Spiegel. Let's see if she comes back. I'll try and pay attention to it. Now, when Spiegel, I write this, Spiegel does not appear to be in touch with reality. Because he's like, when there was a whole Marlon Brando comment, like, isn't he dead? What the hell? Number 9 has like a frowled forehead. He can't take his eyes off of Dennison. Even the judge is very intrigued. She's resting her chin on her fingers. When Dennison can't get a single straight answer out of Spiegel. The courtroom seems to mock Spiegel from time to time. So during the pre-lunch back and forth, between Dennison and Spiegel, judge appears intrigued, rests her chin on her fingers, kind of like this. She had one of these going because I wrote fingers specifically to remember that. As Dennison struggles to get a single straight answer from Spiegel. The courtroom is heard mocking Spiegel from time to time. Judge appears to be over it and wants to go to lunch right around 12:45. Oh, and then there's that moment right before lunch, which is beautiful. Right before the Marlon Brando, when Spiegel says, "I was told it was vomit." Spiegel, rest in peace, 2022 testimony. You died. You died that day because the whole courtroom gasped in disbelief. That was beautiful. That was actually beautiful. All right, let's see if she's back. She's not back. Where is she? No. Did you tweet me, Ina? I'm looking. Wait, where did she tweet me? I didn't see it. If you did, Ina, I don't see it. Message requests. I don't see her. Spiegel is assaulting his kitchen cabinets right now. Maybe. Who knows? Okay. All right, let's get back into it. Lunch break happens. After the lunch break, so this is when Elaine asks, I come back a little bit late because Farron and I were having a snack and some energy drink, and we come in like 5-10 minutes late. Elaine asked if Johnny Depp is eating candy during the trial and doodling. This is Ina wrote this. Camille Vasquez whipped around and said "wow" to opposing counsel. That I guess Chad, you could probably fill me in. So fill me in. What exactly happened? Yeah, the Marlon Brando comment. I thought I already said that one. The whole courtroom erupted with laughter. They erupted with laughter on that one. Everyone's subscribed to Good Logic, you scallywags. Thank you, Delacy. Joe, shout out to you, man. Joe was with us all day today. He's not going to be there tomorrow, sadly. So fill me in. What is this whole candy thing? What is this whole candy thing? JD was eating candy and doodling. Juror 8 acknowledged the absurdity. So Juror 8 is on point. I already did the vodka baby story. I explained it in a super chat, says Light Giver. Scheisse. Now I have to find it. You're gonna make me do work? I'm just kidding. Thank you. Wait, how long ago did you leave it? I can't even find it. I'm a 909 right now. Elaine asked if eating candy was a symptom of narcissistic personality. What? Are you kidding me? Wow. Okay. I am talking about the jury. Relax, guy. All right, we're almost done. Actually, not really. I still have like 4 more pages. After that, I'm going to sleep. I'm going to literally straight to bed, crawling under, and going to sleep. So Camille Vasquez becomes very upset because Elaine constantly wants to ask leading questions and hearsay questions like she always does. And Camille, at one point, Camille Vasquez is literally just laughing to herself. It was quite a sight to see. Judge was getting ready to sustain an objection and strike. Oh, this one I have to share on Twitter. So there was a moment when the judge was getting ready to sustain an objection. And strike Spiegel's testimony when Spiegel suddenly interrupted the judge. I have never seen that before. The judge's face was literally like, okay then, that just happened. And she looked very unhappy. Go away. I have a little bug in here. She was frowning due to getting cut off like that. It was very disconcerting. Why am I not staying at Rob's? Because I have a crash pad. Plus, I don't want to disturb Rob. I'm sure he's got stuff to do. Elaine. Oh, this was such a stupid one. My God. When Elaine went through the whole trying to link Johnny Depp asleep as an IPV, these are symptoms of an IPV risk. Like, what kind of parallel universe are you from, Elaine? the whole jury, except for number 7, number 7 was still listening. The rest of the jury just tuned the fuck out. That was another weird one. When Elaine used a series of photographs of Johnny sleeping and tried to link it to IPV, except for number 7, the entire jury tuned out. This is my favorite quote of the day. It just came to me in the spur of the moment. Let me write it and then I'll tell you. And you know it's true. Why do all of Amber Heard's witnesses today look like unpolished gargoyles? You guys. I'm not even joking. Every single one of her witnesses look like an unpolished gargoyle. It's just their faces, their skin, their demeanor. Tell me I'm wrong. Like somebody make an argument in the chat and tell me I'm fucking wrong. But it's got to be legitimate. It's got to be a legitimate argument. You can't just come up with bullshit. No, you haven't seen her in person, Tina. I mean, no offense, but ugh. Oh, Farron is back. I'm sorry,
Hi.
Farron. How long have you been sitting there? I'm so sorry.
25 minutes. No. No, just like 3
Damn.
minutes. No, I just
Okay.
had to for some reason my internet had to restart and I don't know. Senator Tim Scott lives on my floor, so I always blame him whenever my internet goes out. You know,
Very logical.
whatever.
Yeah.
For those that didn't know, I'm here in DC. So that's why I
Yeah,
wasn't too
Farron
far.
took an Uber from DC all the way over to the courthouse today.
And Larry was like, "Oh, I didn't know you lived in DC. I still wouldn't have picked you up though." I was like, "Thanks, Lair. Love you too."
Ain't that the truth?
But I gotta say, it was so cool because no, not a name drop. I actually, if you really want me to name drop, I live in a building with 50 of your congressmen and senators in this building. And boy, do I have stories for you guys. Just ask me if your congressman lives here. Because I guarantee you they're doing shit you had no idea about. I used to cover politics. But no, I was gonna say it was so cool today to see everybody like in the flesh. You know?
Yeah. I got a chance to meet Joe for the first time. I didn't even know who you were until I met you, and then Joe told me who you were before you came.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to meet you. You got to meet James.
Yeah.
We all got to meet Ina. Well, we've seen Ina before, but we never like went into the courtroom with her.
And
Uh,
okay, I never met Ina before, and I didn't know who she was because I knew James because I was streaming with Good Logic. That's how I originally got into all of this. That's why I saw some lady being like, "She needs to back off." Bitch, I was brought into this.
she's from Legal Bites. Ina is from Legal Bites. I'm 99%
Oh,
sure.
okay.
Yeah.
And what? Oh, yeah, because yeah, we were talking about how she's a life coach, and her and I were having like deep talks in
I
the
was trying to
line.
come up with a brand name for her and failing miserably. Yeah.
Well, I named Law and Lumber. She should have talked to me.
Well, there you go. What were you doing at that moment? I don't know. Maybe you were talking to Joe or uh, James.
Yeah, and there was a bunch of people and Ms. Rednisphere. Yeah, I did work for Russian TV. It was for RT America, and I was completely independent. I have my own thoughts. I don't. Whatchamacallit? Stump for Russia. Did you get a coffee?
No, hell no. I need sleep. Are you kidding me? I've been
I was
up
gonna
for
say
like
I didn't know
more
what
than
you
a
were
day and a
drinking
half
there.
now. That's Sprite.
I know that if I had a beer right now, I would probably pass out midstream. Folks, I don't think you realize I came home today and I was like, I don't know how you guys have done it day in and day out. Like how you did it that 1 week, the whole week. You
No,
literally
I
would
only
walk.
did 2 days. I only did 2 days,
Okay,
but
well, even
the
2
second
days.
day I just slept. I slept. I got home, I slept, and then I went like the next morning and somebody held a place in line for me.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, Walking Dead. That's all I can say. I
Yep.
mean, even today, like when it got to be 2:30, and here's I don't know how you were like, and we'll get to the jury in a second. I promise. I just wanted to see your overall thing when we were going through this boring ass testimony today, and I'm watching, and I'm like, yo, I came here at 5:45 in the morning, and there are people way longer than I would. If I'm about to nod out, they're definitely nodding out in the back, you know? And it was just, ugh, I don't know. But okay, so where were you with your jury? Where did you leave off?
I literally just finished Spiegel and I'm on Arnold. I haven't started Arnold yet. So I'm
Oh,
at
Ina said
2:30
she wants a
p.m.
link.
on my notes. Yeah, I just sent it to her.
Oh, cool. Okay. Which I forgot to put her number in my phone, but I have it in my purse. I'm sorry, say that one more time.
Arnold, begin.
Just starting. Okay,
Um
perfect. The
yeah,
entertainment consultant slash expert.
yep. Trying to see. So
Yes, fully,
nothing
George. I
too
was never
interesting
censored.
from her. I mean, honestly, I was so exhausted. I barely have any notes on her until 4 o'clock because I went to take a nap.
I have a lot.
I did a power nap for like 30 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
45 minutes or something like that. And I came back a bit more refreshed.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and so I basically came in for the cross. I walked in like perfect timing. I got super lucky. So you want to give us the direct of Arnold because I literally got nothing. I got shit.
Yeah, yeah. So Kathryn Arnold started about 2:25 because I was marking the times too, because I wanted to see how much time they were burning through.
Hmm.
Because my God, her entire testimony took about an hour and a half. And I was like, are you serious? Like, you could have cut down the questions in half. And that's my thing. Maybe it's just a TV person where it's like, keep it simple. But yeah. So most of the jury was attentive in the beginning because when she was going through her credentials, and that's the other thing is Elaine has got to learn how to ugh, she takes forever to go through credentials and make him an expert. And it's like, come on. So they were attentive in the beginning when they were hearing all of her credentials, like how she was with producers and executives and how she was a consultant and she was consulting with people like The Rock and just like all these directors and stuff. So it was kind of like, oh, okay, like this is kind of cool. But then they first started with they broke her testimony up into two. They first had her talk about like the down like why was it that like Johnny Depp was like losing his career, and then they went into how Amber was losing her career. So for Johnny Depp, they started about she said that it started between 2010 and 2016 and it or no 2008 and 2012, she said, trying to like solidify it was before Amber Heard and saying
Hmm.
how he was showing up late. It was his drug use, kind of what we saw with his former UTA agent or agent from United Talent Agency, where he was, showing up 4 hours late. She was getting calls about him. The one that had like the weird blonde wig kind of a thing.
Hmm.
Um, so jurors 2, 5, and 9, when they started hearing about the downfall, they actually started writing a bunch of stuff down, or it looked like they were taking notes, right?
Hmm.
Then when it came to Amber's defamation allegations, you had it where juror 1 and 2, they also were writing diligently. And I think juror 1 and 2, for the most part, they're normally sleeping or they're nodding off. I think it was after lunch they were a little bit more energized for this,
Hmm.
but then they nodded off again.
Yeah,
Um,
they tend to do that a lot.
yeah. There was like an Elaine freak out because she kept getting objections for hearsay because she was like, oh, what did the email say about Amber with Aquaman? And Dennison was like, objection, hearsay. And she's like, well, she can just talk about what's in the email. And he's like, objection, hearsay. And the judge was like, sustained,
Mm-hmm.
to not understand that an expert witness can't do hearsay. It's not like they get carte blanche. So she kind of like had this freak out because she every time she wanted to approach, and then she'd walk back and she'd be like this like weird. I don't know if you ever saw those. Hey girl.
Hi.
I
What's
don't know
up,
if you ever
Ina?
saw her little like. We're talking about Elaine and Kathryn Arnold.
Cross-examining our directing Arnold.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Then just before the break, you had juror 1, juror 2, juror 3, juror 7, and juror 9. All men. 4 out of 5 are Asians. There's the one white kid. When Kathryn said, they asked about Amber Heard's rise and what role she was getting, she goes, and then she finally got the role of a lifetime. She got Aquaman, and which was the greatest movie ever of all time. And all 5 of those guys were like, huh? They all kind of tilted their head or made a face, especially juror 9. Juror 9 is the GOAT. He has the funniest side eye where he's like, bitch, like, and he is not quiet about it at all. And I think that's when they took a break. So to catch you up there, you didn't really miss too much. It's stuff that we've heard before.
Okay, that's excellent, because I was like, I don't like to miss stuff, but I just desperately needed rest, so I had to. It was either that or fall asleep like Joe in the courtroom.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, somebody said that Joe fell asleep in the courtroom. I don't have confirmation of this yet, but
were you on the chat when we were with Emily D. Baker?
No.
Oh no, we were in the Uber already. Yeah, Emily said that she saw Joe sleeping.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
So, allegedly.
Allegedly, right?
I
wasn't there, so it never happened.
Was it that long that he was sleeping? I don't think so.
No, I was out like my last note is at 2:46, and I was dozing in and out, and then 4:02 I come back. I start taking notes again, and I wrote I wrote on my thing. I wrote nap time. Right over here, nap time. So the cross-examination of Arnold, juror number 9 was looking at Dennison very intently and with curious eyes. Barely looks at Arnold. Barely looks at Arnold.
I got it. That juror number 9 was looking at her like she's full of shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you said intently.
No, at Dennison.
Oh, okay.
Barely looks at Arnold. Number 9 is looking at Dennison intently with curious eyes. Barely looks at Arnold.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And number 2 is not even taking notes anymore. He's completely checked out.
Yeah. Hearing aids out. We're done, bitch. And the other thing that I noticed too is juror 1, 3, 6, 7, and 9 stayed focused on Dennison the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Which goes to your point. Juror number 9 barely looked at her, but when he did, he was just like, he didn't agree.
7 was like a ping pong during her thing. He was the only one that was like,
I don't get him. Like 7 and 3, or 7 and 6, 7, 3, 6. They're always like, they dart. Sometimes 9 will dart too, but 9 will only dart with his eyes. He'll never move his entire head. 7 will just like work out every neck muscle,
Yeah.
I think it's how they stay awake, honestly.
Maybe. I mean, I wouldn't
be surprised. But also I think too, number 7 reminds me a lot of like, and this is no offense if you were like a preppy school kid, but he reminds me of like, went to prep school. He's got his master's. His mom is like, you go to that jury and you serve the justice system, and you take those notes, like, you know what I mean? Like he seems like that type. Not that it's a bad thing, but he's very into it.
Yeah. I got the feeling though that the pop culture stuff about the movies, he sat up. He sat up.
All of the men
He was
except
super
Juror
interested.
6, the
Yeah.
older guy. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's when Juror 5 kind of she had already been falling asleep, but she was really not having it.
Sharuk, most spot. We don't know which jurors are alternates yet. They kind of find out, you know. Yeah.
1
second, I'll be right back. That is my food. Be right back.
Vasquez was putting in overtime today, trying to signal to Dennison, like, dude, you got to object and cut Arnold off several times and get back on track. Number 9 was so intrigued, he was leaning as far forward as he can in his chair, and number 8 was locked in on Dennison and the entire Johnny Depp camp. Did you see a similar thing?
She's locked in on Dennison every time he's up there.
Yeah, and Vasquez.
Almost like, yeah, like she's just enamored is a good word for it. Yeah. And everyone's enamored with Vasquez.
Yeah. It's hard not to be.
Yeah.
So when there was the when Dennison says, I'm also parallel tweeting some of these because I haven't tweeted them yet.
That's
yeah, so that's why I'm going a little bit slower. So when Dennison says, would you call the Waldman statement, wait a second, hold on. The Waldman statement, the instigating event. Number 9 smirks and leans back in his chair, looking adoringly at Dennison. I think I'm missing a piece here, because didn't Arnold say you can call? Can we call? We can call the Waldman statement the instigating event, or did
it was,
or was it Dennison who said, can we call the Waldman statement the instigating event?
He brought it up. And she
brought
said,
it up.
Well, if that's what you want to call it, then sure, we can call it. Kind of snarky like. And he was probably reacting to that.
Yes. Waldman statement. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Instigating event. Juror number 9.
Number 9.
Smirked.
Number 9.
And leaned back in his chair, looking adoringly at Dennison. He really did. Like he had this number 8 and 9 were like, I think literally we're gonna have a crush on Dennison today. 8 and 9 both.
I really get the feeling that the jury's very much like, go get him. Like whenever Cross comes on, I really feel like it's like, all right, sports, now we're in, like our team's in, let's see what we can do. Like, and I will say they do look like they are interested in new information though. They don't look like they're checked out to the new information that comes up. They do like look interested if something comes up. It's like, oh, okay. But they really want to like see the new information. It's like they're starved.
Yeah. I feel like it's like we've seen the same pictures over and over and over again. Give us something new, you know?
Like we get it as lawyers, we understand, like, they need to protect the record, build the case, but jurors don't know that. They just want to keep the train moving.
Yeah. Have we gotten to I think I heard you saying the sleeping being a marker for DV or something like that.
Yeah, I mentioned that, and oh my god, I couldn't believe it. I was like, Elaine, what kind of universe are you fucking living in?
You missed another big one,
but
though.
there's I was gonna say, did we get to the one?
Let's see if it's the same one.
Ice cream in the lap.
Yeah.
And he was like, and then he was like,
2.
Well, that's what
I was
someone
told
told
it's
me.
vomit.
3. Yes. Vomit. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is so telling.
Yeah. For those that didn't catch that.
Oh my gosh, that was the biggest part of the day for me.
Explain that one, because I at first didn't get it. And then I looked at Joe and I was like, did he say it wasn't vomit? I was like, I forget what the word I thought it was.
I was told it was vomit.
Well, because there was
so
no
he couldn't
pictures
create his own. independent conclusion based on the photo evidence. He was fed information. Oh, by the way, just understand, hey, this is vomit, doc. All right, we're on the same page. Cool. Now
In
give
a
us the
Talenti
report.
ice cream cup, but yeah, it's vomit.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what, I knew it was like melted ice cream. I just didn't know what it was.
It looked like vomit though when it was melted, which made sense probably to the doctor. But really quick in the chat, can we all get Farron's attention about her leak? What are you talking about? The leak? Is there a gas leak? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, and then they also said too, the chat, if we saw Dennison flirting with the female witness on the way out, the people are talking about that.
No.
I saw him walk out with two young girls.
Oh, your ID. They were worried about your ID.
No, B-roll.
Y'all are so sweet.
No, not the B-roll.
Isn't that
When
what
she showed her driver's
showed my
license
ID.
live on stream to like 15,000 people.
God, I will say it's my old address. I have moved since. But there was a wonderful.
What's your new
saint that
address?
It's 111 up your ass way.
Oh, okay. There you go, chat. Now you can go find
right
her.
down the street from you, actually.
No, I'm down in the crotch.
The gooch. 111 Gooch Way.
We're also slack.
Gooch Avenue.
When I'm just gonna keep going like nothing happened. When Arnold starts talking about Amber Heard's ability to make much more money in movies, number 5. Now this is new because number 5 rarely shows emotion.
This is the older black lady, folks.
No. She's number 4. This is the Asian girl in the corner.
5 is the young Asian girl. Okay.
Yeah. When number 5 appears to be rolling her eyes. So basically, when Arnold tried to argue, look, she could have made bank, she could have made up to $45-50 million in her career, but for all of this, I clearly saw number 5 was just like, oh my God. Like,
and juror number 9,
she showed emotion.
And juror 9, when she said the 40 to 45, he was like I said, he doesn't move his head. He just moves his eyes.
Yeah, he just darts around like.
But you can see, like, there is a specific side eye that he gives. It's different from just a regular looking to the side. It's like his face scrunches.
Yep, that's exactly what it looks like.
And Cindy Thomas, she said it was calculated by her contract with Aquaman, that it started at 1 million, then 2 million, and then Aquaman 3 was going to be 4 million. And that after that, it was going to be a meteoric rise. That was the way that she calculated it. And the other part that I actually
and then she took it back. She's like, I never said meteoric rise. Yes, you did. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. No.
Yeah, and Dennison, I thought, actually did a pretty good job at that, because he's like, how does one measure a meteoric rise or that it's going to happen? And she goes, well, that's what our business does, is we just look into the future. That's how we calculate things. And he's like, huh? Like, it didn't make sense. But
using all these other people's trajectories that are just exactly a match.
Yeah. So then what do we got?
Next, we got when the $800 million paydays. So, like, when Dennison was bringing up the fact that was it Disney was going to pass up on like an $800 million payday by not making Pirates 6, again, assuming, of course, you can never assume. For example, Men in Black, I think, is a classic example. 1 was amazing. It was a huge hit. And number 2 flopped. And then number 3 was a hit. So you can't be like, oh, number 1 was awesome, so 2 will be even better. 3 will be even greater, And then
just
they
did
the
Die Hard series.
The Die Hard, the International, came after 3. I think that one flopped as well. So they're literally doing this up, down, up, down. So you can't predict. But Aquaman, this superhero movies, sometimes they tend to be more on the rise level. Maybe, I'm not an expert. I'm just hypothesizing. But I remember that when Dennison mentioned that, number 2 literally went from slumber to he woke up whoa, what are we talking about here? And his eyebrows went up, and he was very much paying attention, looking at Arnold. It lasted about not even 30 seconds, and he's like, "Oh, false alarm," and he goes back to sleep.
Yes. Okay, you and I saw the same thing on that. Did you see that, Ina?
I saw him do that kind of. He's the most expressive, right? Of a
Mm-hmm.
lot of them. Yeah. I didn't have
No,
a
number two,
clear
never. No, he's mostly like he
checked
does this
out.
a lot. He checks out, like,
Yeah.
and sometimes he'll take some notes. Sometimes he'll start just when he's bored, he'll just start reading his older notes. Like you'll see him flipping through the pages, and he's
Uh-huh.
just like, "What did I write 2 weeks ago? I don't know what he's doing."
Sometimes
I
I had
told
a
Rakeda, I think he's like outlining like a color book that he's like a coloring book he'll eventually give to Johnny Depp.
I
Like that's what
believe
it
it.
looks like he's doing.
I might
That'd
not
be
have had a
funny.
clear view of him at that point. I kept having views and then having not views,
Mm-hmm.
depending. So I don't
Well,
think
the
I
other
caught
thing
that one.
too, excuse me, is that not only was it juror number 2 that looked up, because I think I think we all had a different angle of jurors
Mhm.
that we could see depending
Yeah.
upon the day and the
Mhm.
time and which way the sun was or whatever. And
Where the
because
stars were aligned at the
exactly.
moment.
And mind you, the only star that was moving that entire freaking day in that courtroom was freaking Joe. Good logic. Mexican jumping bean all over the courtroom. I'm like, they told us to stay in one spot. And he's like, it's okay. Don't worry about it. It's okay. I'm just
He's a
gonna go here.
lawyer. He does what lawyers do. Everything is permitted until somebody
Mhm.
says no.
And then James comes back and he's like, dude, you're in my seat. And he goes, hey, there's one back there. And he's like, no, we have to stay here. I picture Joe as like being on the set of Coffee Talk because I love his New York. The New York is rich.
Mhm.
The New York is strong with that one. But no, it was jury or jurors. Okay, it was 1, 2. I think I said this 1, 2, 3, 7, and 9 were like your movie buffs. Like when they started talking movies and like juror 1, oh, his eyes when they brought up Zendaya, he was like, "You're gonna compare her to Zendaya?" I mean, like some of these people that they chose to compare her to, you could see all 5 of those guys clearly were like either Justice League watchers or like Juror 9 for sure has like young boys who love Captain America. Their bedroom is Captain America, like that kind of a thing going on. Like you know that he's like he knows, but he's not like I love watching cartoons and shit, you know. He does it through his kids kind of a thing. That's I kind of see like my older brother and him with his young sons. But yeah, like they all called bullshit on that from what I gathered when they all started looking and like there was even more um like when they were going through and comparing when Dennison was going through and comparing Jason Momoa's career versus Amber Heard's because you saw Kathryn Arnold say like, "Oh, Amber was in all these shows and yada yada yada," and he's like, "Okay, like name one," and she's like, "Oh, she was in the hit show The Stand," and juror 2 goes, "Huh?" Like, I had no idea what the show was. And then juror number 2 is definitely, I think, the most, and I say this like sparingly, like theatrical of like he has facial expressions. He'll move his body like what? When he started laughing, he like popped out a laugh when he heard that Jason Momoa was in Baywatch. And then he made a
I didn't even
question
know
face.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, me
I
either.
because I had direct line to him, so I was like, he probably thinks I'm a creep just staring at him. Um,
That's
but
how I felt about. Yeah, 8,
yeah,
8.
and folks, like these poor people, they probably are like, now I know what it's like to be in a fishbowl.
Mhm.
But then
7
he
and
made a question face when he found out that Jason Momoa was in a Lego movie. He was like, "What?" He
8.
had
Mhm.
no idea. And that's where I think they were trying to bring up all of these movies to make. They were trying to like bring Jason Momoa down to bring Amber Heard up, if that makes
Mm,
sense.
yep.
And it was like,
Yeah.
no, he was in Game of Thrones, like, you know, yeah. So, but I did see where there was one point where Kathryn said like, "Cool, dude," or like something like she said, "Dude," and the jury
What
laughed.
was that?
I forget what she said exactly, but I just remember that they all smiled.
Was this
Yeah.
towards the end, like right before we broke for the day?
This was right before, or this was during the cross. So right
towards the end
before
of the cross.
Oh,
the
okay.
break. Yeah.
Before
Uh-huh.
he asked to end early.
Oh, okay. Let me
Bad
see. Let
idea.
me see. I don't know. I was doing something else at that moment. I have a gap between 4:33 and 5:14. I don't know. All this Hollywood
Yeah.
stuff is above my pay grade. I've seen a lot of these movies. Some of them I haven't, and it's you have to be really tuned into Hollywood to be proficient at it. I'm the wrong person. But let me just get through a couple of these. I already tweeted them while you all were talking. Juror
Mhm.
number 9 really appeared to dislike that Arnold is not a Star Trek fan. If you guys caught that, he seemed
Yeah.
puzzled, bewildered, and was even seen smirking. Like
Juror
how
2
do
you're
you?
talking about?
Juror 9.
9.
Oh, Juror 9. Okay. I saw Juror 2 too.
Okay, I didn't see
Because
him.
I had to stretch to see Juror 9.
Yeah, Juror 9 was like right within my vantage point. The two that I absolutely could not see were 4 and 7. Like they were in my blind spot.
Hmm.
And Elaine has this very nasty habit of nodding. Like when she's doing her direct examination with Arnold, for example, she has this nasty habit of nodding when she gets what she wants from a witness as they're giving an answer. She'll just nod along with them. It's a very, very bad look. Like that's one of the things they teach you in trial practice. Never, ever do that, because you're sending a message of like, yeah, we prepared this ahead of time. Good job. You're doing exactly what that keep going. And then as soon as they're done, like you move on to the next question. Very bad look.
I also noticed her doing this when
Say
they
it
were
again. Show
talking.
me.
When they were talking, she was doing this.
Like, give me
Mhm.
more.
Like
Yeah.
keep going, keep going.
Keep
Yeah.
going. Yep. It's
Mhm.
telegraphing. It's very unprofessional.
Yeah.
Like you're not supposed to be doing that in open court. That's not the way you do a Q&A in on the witness stand.
Well, I think also too, and this is just from her presentation versus like I'll compare her to like Camille. Camille says her answer is direct. They're not slow, they're not fast, they are just at the right pace of, for example, where she's like, has Mr. Depp looked at you at all today? Totally normal pace, normal tone, just on it. Whereas Elaine, she really slows it down like she's like a kindergarten teacher. She's like, but I think a lot of it too is she has her questions, but then she's also trying to like figure out and like finagle, or like the words are coming out of her mouth as she's saying them. And it's like, Elaine, just say the question. You look like you're an idiot.
I get the feeling that it's processing.
She
Like,
should have like that little,
I don't think,
little circle on her forehead, like
yeah. I get the feeling that for whatever reason, it might not necessarily be her fault, but I get the feeling that the preparation between the two is just not the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he, DUI guy, you could attest to this, Larry.
But
when she is guiding a witness that much, and like Ina said, where it's like processing,
yeah,
does that mean, to me, that it could mean a number of things? You're worried about your witness and what they're going to say, like you don't trust your witness.
No, Elaine just can't get the fucking question right. This is another one that I had in my notes. Right before we break for the day, this is at 5:23, so about 7 or so minutes before we break. The judge literally looks at Elaine and tells her, "This is how you ask the proper question." I can't remember the
wrote it
exact
down.
verbiage, but
Ask
she
her
literally
how
was like,
she knows. That was it.
"Yeah, yes." Ask her how she,
Ask her
like,
how.
she
I
told her.
wrote it down,
Ask,
and then I say, "What the WTF?" underneath.
I
made
started
sure I wrote
laughing.
that.
I couldn't hold it back, you guys. I'm sorry.
No, not you didn't. You
I'm
didn't
usually very
scream.
good at maintaining poker face, but I was tired. It was late. It was funny. It was perfect. It literally was just like boom, 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 and I was like, ha 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 ha.
No, you didn't go.
There's
Ha
a
ha
video
ha.
somewhere, probably.
You went legit, because I
Oh,
heard
you
the
saw. You
skin
saw.
slap. You go. Literally
No,
like
I did that earlier. That I
That was
did
early.
earlier.
Oh, I mixed
I
it
forgot
up
what
then.
that
I'm
was in
sorry.
reaction to. I was just like, I can't believe this just happened.
And I was
Yeah,
like, the judge is
that was
right in
another
front
one.
of you, bro.
That's what she's doing
Sometimes
inside,
your
though. That's what
reaction
the
is
judge's
just like,
reaction is internally.
I've the first time I was there, or like the second time, I was really good. I was a good boy. I just sat there very stoically. Now I'm just like, this is my courtroom. Like, fuck you guys.
Fuck you, Elaine. Elaine is like one of those like those names you could just like Elaine. That's just like guttural that you can be angry with. But yeah, I
Yep.
mean, a lot of it though, it felt like, I mean, I haven't been to a lot of law school classes, unlike you, but to me, it seemed like trial law, trial advocacy 102. You know, ask her what she knows. Like, what? So, yeah, it's interesting.
What about when Elaine forgets her own question mid-question after she gets objected to and admits it? I couldn't hold. That was the second time. It was like back to back. So I was still writing the wave of the previous laughter, rode right into this one like smoothly, and I just started laughing again. I'm like, I can't believe this is happening in an American courtroom that is, if this was like a local trial, some schmuck trying like an assault case, low caliber, 1 versus 1, I'd be like, I expect that. I don't expect that from what I'm being told is the most expensive lawyer in the room.
Oh, if you had a lineup and mixed all the lawyers up on both teams and you asked who was the most expensive lawyer, she would be the last person just by the look alone. And I'm not saying this to like be mean or to be judgy, but like there was a reason during the OJ Simpson trial that they took Marsha Clark and they put her in a beauty salon and they got her a stylist. Okay. Elaine with this weird, and this is no offense to like old cat ladies, but like she walks in like she's an old cat lady. And, she's got this oversized suit, this long skirt where it makes her look like she teaches in Catholic school. And I know because I went to one and that's what they wore. I mean, she looks, and I'm not saying you can't look conservative or you got to be sexy, but I mean, look at Camille. She's got her little power suit. I mean, like, there's just a way that, I think that she can spruce it up a little bit. But when she's not that great of a litigator, and then you put on top like the whole package just doesn't look good. And again, I'm not one to like be judgy on looks, but you notice day one, Johnny Depp was sitting there with his hair down, looking like a caveman from Geico. Then they had him pull his hair back and they said, look, you're in court. Somebody said something. His hair has been pulled back ever since day one, and I just think that, she doesn't look like the highest paid lawyer in the room, nor does she act like it.
But I've been told that she is.
Well, that's
Again,
separate from her skill, too. I think they're two different things. She just has the package.
well, you would imagine if you charge what you charge, you should be like, I've never in my life, I think we were talking about this in the elevator. I've never in my life heard a question being asked, what if anything? Just ask the question. Like the if anything, I know why she adds it. Like as a litigator, I can tell you why she adds it. This, by the way, concludes my notes. Well, there's one more point, I suppose, but I know why she adds it. It's a buffer. It is actually like a 0.5 or whatever 1 second buffer for her to make sure she gets the question in the right way. And she still doesn't get it right, by the way. But I know what it is. It's to give you an extra second to process information, because our brains sometimes work faster than our mouths. So we're able to, as we process, it comes out of the mouth, and while it's still grinding in here, as it continues to spew out of here. Well, the problem is it's not helping her, clearly. Maybe it helped in the past, maybe in different cases. I don't know. But when you're clearly ignoring the rules of evidence and you're trying to get hearsay evidence, or you're trying to get leading questions in, or if you're trying to get the wrong information through the wrong witness, I mean, that just shows very low caliber, very low. I don't understand. I don't understand, because like I said, I've been told that she's like one of the most, if not the most. No, I was told she was the most expensive lawyer in the room. That's what I heard. Now, I could be wrong. But that's what I was told. And if that is correct, that is embarrassing, because there's no way you can fumble so much on simple stuff. Either she's not prepared, maybe she's hungover, maybe I don't know what it is.
I think I remember Rob coming out and saying what all the costs were, and Chu was highest.
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe that's where it came from.
And I think a
Chu,
lot of it had to
Chu,
do too that
Chu
she's
was
here in Virginia,
right.
and that she knows, it's as a lawyer, she knows the circuit, she knows the judges, she knows everybody, and a lot of times the knowing everybody has a higher salary or it has a higher price
Yeah.
tag.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
But I understand what you're saying as far as like her needing more time to process. I get the feeling yes and no. Like she does do that sometimes when she needs time to process, but also I think she does it just as a blanket statement because she can get it in and she doesn't have to think harder. That's just my opinion. Because today, the one time when she asked the question and she got overruled or she got lingo.
Objected to.
She got objected to. She just went in. What if anything? And I visibly saw the judge like crane her neck, like at the response. Like it was.
Oh my God.
She didn't mean to do it, but you could see that her reaction was a twitch, and then she like pretended to stretch her neck.
Okay, Ina, you and I can say this as women's intuition. There were two things that I saw in the courtroom today that were very women's intuition to me.
Okay.
The first one was Elaine and the judge.
Mm-hmm.
While I think they're friendly on the surface,
Mm.
I think the judge cannot stand her. Not personally, whatever. I think professionally, the judge literally cannot stand her. There was just so many, like you said, little ticks, little things where you could just be like, oh my God, this stupid bitch. Like you could just see her saying it because, we as women, I feel like we felt it. And maybe you saw it too, Larry. But like to me, like woman to woman, I could just see she was not vibing with her at all.
I see it more as pity. I see it more as she has pity for Elaine. And sometimes I think she does get annoyed. I don't think that she doesn't like her. But I do think that she gets annoyed and it comes out, I think, as pity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The other one that I saw today too was just in front of you, Larry, was Whitney.
Yeah.
And I was watching a lot of Whitney Heard today. And a lot of people have been saying that Amber Heard is looking back and looking at the gallery. From what I saw today, she ain't looking at the gallery. She's looking at Whitney. And for example, when they kept bringing up the whole narcissistic comment, right? Where it was Dr. Spiegel and he was talking about narcissistic abuse and what counts it and who is it and blah, 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 right? And you could see that Amber kept looking back to Whitney being like, this is it. Like, we got him. And you could just see Whitney there was like being supportive, but you could just see deep down, she's just like, why am I here? Like, I don't want to be here. I have a kid. Like you could just feel that vibe coming off of her and just not happy. She was sitting there clenched the whole time, like with their shoulders up, which just shows like uncomfortableness. There was a juror on I think it was actually next to you, where there was a point where the doctor said like medical or something. And she was like medical. And Whitney turned around and looked at her. And you can just see that Whitney feels like, everybody's looking at me. Everybody hates me. I don't want to be here. It's my freaking sister. Like, I have to support her, but at the same time, she's batshit crazy. Like, my heart just kind of broke for her a little bit today. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. I'll say I didn't really pay much attention to her during the trial. I was mostly focused on other things, but I do definitely get the vibe of like pretty exterior, but something's not right interiorly. Like whether it's just being uncomfortable with being there or uncomfortable with what's being said, as statement of facts, I don't know, but there's definitely there's definitely like a disconnect in her body language for
something
someone
is askew.
You'd think would be different.
Yeah.
She's not comfortable.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
maybe
it's a family thing.
Amber's my older Hollywood sister, and I just have to support her no matter what, even though I think she's great. I mean, there's just there's just something there, and
Yeah.
I really felt it today.
It's like fish out of water. It's very fish out of water to me, which is surprising because if she's lived this life for 5 years, you'd think she'd be really used to the circus by now.
Mm-hmm.
But she's not.
Mm-hmm.
Like, her skin was crawling almost the entire time she was there. You could see
Well,
it.
like there's been testimony, like she said in her testimony, Amber, they asked her, do you do cocaine? And she's like, oh, I haven't done it since I tried it once when I was 18. Bullshit. Okay. There's tons of people that have come out, including one of her cast members from Never Back Down, who said that she actually was getting so bad to the point that she almost had to start getting drug tested on set before she could go on set. And I feel like Whitney went out there and she's like, yeah, there was times I was never sober. She's honest. And you feel like she's having to take the shit while Amber sits there pretty so she can just win this lawsuit. And it's like, at what cost? That shit 10 to 15 years from now, there's going to be something,
And I get the feeling that that's where JD like really connected with her in that way. Like, they have that very similar kind of like, reluctant honesty to the bad things that they've done, which we would all be like, but at least they will say it when push comes to shove,
yeah. But
the last thing I want to say before we sign off,
the candy.
Plaintiff has 15 hours and 51 minutes remaining, and the defense is, you ready for this? 4 hours and 9 minutes. How the hell are they going to survive? I mean, Joe, he knows how to do math better than me, and he said, Larry, that's 1 hour and 23 minutes per day maximum. Like, if you divide it evenly, that means that the opposing side gets to have like 6 hours of free reign on you, like 5.5 hours for your hour 23, unless you front
how many
load.
rebuttal witnesses do you think they would call?
And that's exactly the question. You, at that point, if they have like 10 minutes left, you just fucking call everybody and let them struggle.
I think that Jennifer's going to be the mic drop.
Thursday and Friday are going to be pretty busy, I imagine.
Well, the one thing I will say is the testimony today by the two doctors, they did not need. The entertainment expert,
yes,
I think they needed.
I agree. Even though she did okay, she was better than nothing. Yeah.
It rattled the cage a little bit. And here's why. I think that the fact that, and I think Dennison botched it a little bit, because he kept letting her get away with saying like defamation. And actually, I can't take credit for this. It was Good Logic, Joe, that told me this. And I was like, you know what? You're absolutely right. Because when I was sitting there as a juror, keeping a juror in mind, I was like, wow, okay. So excuse you. I was like, oh, this is the defamation part. They're bringing up the defamation part now. Now they're going to finally argue defamation, not DV, right? And Joe's like, the fact that you are saying that should never cross your mind. It should have been the statements. But the fact that Dennison, I guess, kept letting Kathryn Arnold get away with saying, oh, the defamation article, blah, 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 blah. And he said that was a bad move.
Yeah, he did kind of let her go a little bit long. I agree.
Which I was surprised. But then that's where I think that one was a little bit of a swing and a miss, but not as much as it.
I was still tuned in though.
Yeah. Except at the very end.
Yeah, well. Yeah. Before we go though, I know there was questions about the candy.
Yeah, so you all need to fill the people in, because I ain't got no clues.
Yeah, he was seeing. I wish I was seeing
candy.
Yeah. So at one point, I don't remember what the last part of the statement was, but Elaine brought up Johnny doodling and eating candy during the court as a symptom of being able to
Intimate
do
partner
narcissistic
IPV.
behavior.
violence.
Yes, it
Intimate
was along
partner
the lines of the photos. It was like right after the photos, she like tried to kick it in, and Vasquez, her head snapped back so fast because I had a clear view shot of Vasquez the whole entire day, and she goes, "Wow," like stop that one, and then you quickly look over, and juror number 8 is like, and like almost the exact same reaction that Vasquez had. And then Vasquez turned back around and looked at Johnny, and their reaction simultaneously, the juror and hers, I'm not going to say it was, but it was almost as if Vasquez looked at the juror and they had a moment with that.
Say this one more time. Elaine said that
Elaine
actions.
said,
Yeah,
Elaine
Johnny
said,
Depp was the fact that he was in court sitting around doodling and eating candy is a clear or whatever indication that obviously is a narcissist or suffers from a narcissistic personality disorder, because no human in the right mind would be acting in such a way, kind of thing.
basically, like a factor in IPV.
A factor in IPV. Okay,
what
I
she
took
was
it to a
trying to-
more extreme. Yeah.
Yeah. And she goes,
wow.
"Wow!" Like press the button, and she turned around, and the juror was clearly right in the same boat as what, like, she couldn't believe it either.
Give them enough
Yeah.
rope, they'll hang themselves. You know,
Yep.
they've had some pretty strange calls, and like I think the mocking him was
Oh,
strange.
yeah.
That strange.
Mhm.
Do it enough, the jury will start to have sympathy for him.
Mhm.
Yep. Lack of empathy. When Spiegel was talking about it, the whole time he's talking about lack of empathy. I literally, the name that pops into my head is, oh yeah, Amber Heard. I don't think like, oh yeah, Johnny Depp.
Yep.
I think
Is
Amber
he-
Heard. Every time I hear lack of empathy, narcissism,
Yeah.
borderline personality disorder, like all of those things, I think Amber.
I actually think that he was really respectful with how he spoke about her during his direct, compared to what he
Yeah.
could have done. Like, he specifically chose words that were not condemning of her character in certain ways. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I noted it as like, oh, like he could be saying this a lot worse, but he's not.
I'm sorry, you guys, that I did not get through so many super chats. I mean, I am so
Go
sorry.
through 'em now.
No way. I need sleep. I need to go. I'm like literally keeling over as we speak.
I'm almost at 24 hours myself.
I'm at 40.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh, because you flew out. Wait, did you not sleep?
no,
Oh, you came straight from the airport?
I came straight from the airport.
Oh.
So I woke up at 8-ish, and it is now 10 the following day in the evening. So 24 plus 12 plus 2. You can imagine. So my my only saving grace was a 20-minute nap on the plane and a 20-minute nap in the courthouse. So
Do you know about line holders tomorrow?
that's what I'm working on right now, and I don't know how much longer. So I'm gonna need your help. Do you have the link?
Oh, wait, I forgot. Hang on. We can't do the line holding crap. Shit.
Why?
Remember they changed it where they're not doing the ticket the tape anymore?
But they're starting at 1. If you show up at 1, you're gonna be okay.
As long as you're at the front.
They're just
There's
not
the
letting
link?
anybody show up there before 1 a.m. Here's the link. I just posted in the.
Yeah. Even
The
though there were
6 line
people
cutters
lining up.
got in. By the way, somebody was asking about it.
Mm.
Yeah. This is the link. I just posted it. We need folks. We need people. A lot of them are already occupied, so thank you so much for everybody who did that. We're just gonna get 2 apparently. It's just gonna be me and one other person, I guess. So as long as we have 1, I'm gonna be happy.
Wait,
Because I don't know if
so
anybody else. Because Joe already left. Farron, you said you're a maybe, so we could get that second spot for you.
wait, I'm trying to see 12 a.m. Okay, wait. So Tuesday, 5:24. Okay, 12 a.m., 1 a.m. What time are you gonna go? Like 4?
No, I'm gonna show up at 6:30.
Okay.
So there's a group chat going. I'm just gonna let them know I'm out for the night. And yeah, I gotta go, you guys. Seriously, I need rest. If I don't rest,
What
then
time are you waking up?
I'll wake up at 6.
Oh, because you're close, right?
Yeah, I'm like 15-minute drive.
Damn. Okay. All right. Well, chances are I'm probably not gonna go tomorrow then. Oh yeah, because I'm streaming with Joe. What am I thinking?
Oh, there
We're
you
streaming
go.
tomorrow. So yeah.
Okay. Ina, are you going? You're gonna need sleep too, aren't
No.
you?
Yeah. I can't do
It's
it
a
every
lot,
day.
folks. It's a
It's
lot.
a lot. I plan on going Friday.
Okay.
Just, for last hurrah.
I'll catch up on super chats next time, you guys. I'm so sorry. I'm like the worst. Joe already called me out today. I'm the worst super chat reader in the history of LawTube. I know. And I apologize. I just get sidetracked, and I'm doing this for you guys. You know what I'm doing. I'm doing all.
We're all gonna pass out, man.
I need sleep. If you are able to join the LawTube line holders, please go sign up. We need people for 5 a.m. We need people for 6 a.m. Those are the 2 slots that we desperately need right now. Everything else seems to be booked except for like midnight, but I wouldn't even worry about midnight. I think you should start worrying about the 1 a.m. And if we get in, fantastic. If we don't, it is what it is. I mean, I would love to be in there, but if it wasn't meant to be, it wasn't meant to be. But we rely on you guys, so we need 1 or 2 people to replace Jamie and Carla, who are going to be there from like 1 to 5. 1 to 4, and then Jamie is going to stay until 5. Carla doesn't look like she's there, and then 5 and 6, it's hollow. So thank you guys so much for joining me. This is the biggest stream, by the way, I've ever had in the history of the DUI Guy channel. We had 13,800 people simultaneously at one point, so that's incredible, and that's thanks to you ladies as well. Without you, this wouldn't have been possible. So thank you for joining me, and we'll definitely do this again.
Sounds good.
Absolutely. Sounds good.
Get some
Sleep well,
sleep. Get
guys.
some rest.
All right, have a good night.
Bye, guys.
Bye.